Movement appears to be gaining a lot of followers. Can you talk about what you think about that and what you have to say to people who are following this movement right now?
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much.
The theory is this belief that you are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? I mean, and we are actually. We're saving the world from a radical left philosophy.
Forget, Joe and Kamala can win by 3 million votes and still lose. Take it from me.
Lady.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I see a couple of confused faces on the screen already. Welcome to episode 55. Cringe. This might be
what the fuck.
This might be one of the most cringiest episodes ever. I'm gonna make sure I get a cringe out of everybody.
I enjoyed
it. We just started. And
epic introduction, folks.
Let's go around. Starting off
Tony
tonight myself with a little crown and.
Let me just go.
We got Phil here, so obviously this is gonna go well. Starting off with my starter crown.
We do.
Well, okay, he must have a 5-second delay, like Lynn had that one time. So this will be even more fun. Yeah. Okay. So Phil, I'm gonna cue you up here in a couple seconds. I'm starting off with crown, and I'm okay. Never mind then. We're not starting with him.
Like
fucking hey, this is cringe. All right, Tony, I'm doing crown and diet to start off as usual. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
I am polishing off my bottle of Kilbeggan Irish, and then I've got my Loch Lomond Scotch. It's a
nice.
Affordable Scotch, 12 years. So, those of you on a budget, it's a good one. If you like a little bit of peat in your Scotch, here's a good one. Check out.
Nice. Tom, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. What you got for us?
So the last time I drank this much of the Crown, so I guess I will probably end up drinking the entire thing tonight.
Yeah.
The rest of it. Yeah. I got to get some ice, though.
All right. Fair enough. And Phil, you made it back.
Well, how we all doing this evening, ladies and gentlemen? I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, here to lend my general thoughts and analysis on the world today, all the while enjoying a little bit of Glenfiddich single malt Scotch, age 15 years, Solera cask system. So it's going to be a very interesting time. We're broadcasting out here at the mill of extreme, if you will. And we will hopefully see if there's any delay issues, but we will address those along the way. But really, it doesn't matter because do not worry, folks. Your days are no longer tumult and chaos because you have just a little bit of your king of extreme here to try and make it all a little bit better. definitely check me out on YouTube, KOE Nation. I am never above a little bit of shameless self-promotion.
Oh, we know you're not. Nothing above shame for Phil in general. Hey, Phil, when my Irish is gone, I want some of that Glenfiddich. Okay.
Who said that?
Yeah.
What? Where'd that come from?
Oh, I don't know. It's crazy.
Fantastic. Drinking
So
game
it's
tonight.
forward. Sweet.
Yes, drinking game. Football, mail-in voting. Anything to do with it. Hillary, cough, and MAGA.
Not the word cough, but like if somebody actually coughs.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. So this should be a doozy of a drinking night.
Fuck.
So we have two for sure topics. I don't know. We'll see where the third topic leads us if we get into it. What do you guys want to start with? You want to start with the convention, or you just want to jump to the Epstein stuff? Or
Let's start with the convention and work our way up to the creme de la creme, which is some really awkward and ugly stuff. So let's start with the ridiculously stupid.
That's your main event, folks. Wait here to see it. Yeah, we got some photo revelations for you. Wait for it. You got to be here to see it. So, to the DNC Cringe Convention. That was, whoo, holy shit, that was cringy. The first night was, what the fuck? And then it didn't really get any better from there. The first night, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The two biggest things that really stood out from the whole convention, not just the first night, but the whole convention, was this bizarre musical number at the end of the first night.
Oh, yeah.
Where some guy in a dress sings a 1960s protest song. Like, what? We're not at war right now. What the fuck? And so, sorry, Tom, even if you don't like it, that's how it visually came off. And then the other thing, the more important thing, AOC endorses and nominates Bernie Sanders, not the actual presumptive nominee. So we've got that. We've got the music video that was just visually bizarre. And like everybody at home was sitting wondering, what the fuck am I watching? And then we had a endorsement that went way off the rails. So that was your Democratic National Convention.
All right, cool. We can move on now.
Perfect.
I got like a 6.5, 7 minute just cringe reel for us to go through. But before we do that, Tom, what was your favorite part and least favorite part? And
Definitely the song at the very end with the, and all the singing and just his cape flying around and the big bell bottoms and everything. That was
nothing
cool.
Nothing better.
So cool.
Nothing better than a big musical number in the middle of a pandemic. 50,000 dead. Yeah,
I didn't realize that DNC was going Broadway this year, but that's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah, it was a bunch of solo music acts with a bunch of Zoom calls in between. Like that was the whole.
I don't know if it was a bunch.
That and there was folks look at, like, we have better production value here on the Dog and Chicken Show over at the Tom Foolery Show.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, dude, there was times when folks were just like looking down, sleeping, and they didn't even know they were on camera. This was a disaster piece in terms of production value. Tom, you could have done the Democrats more proud if you would have just said, no, just hand me the master laptop and I'll save you all embarrassment. So that was the bad side of it. Of many. My favorite part. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
Phil went from hearing everybody 10 seconds behind, but his picture and audio were on, at the same time, to now he hears us on time, but now his picture is delayed 10 seconds. So,
if they can just hear the soft summer sounds that is my voice in a timely fashion, I will make the sacrifices. For you, KOE Nation, not all heroes wear capes, okay? So, yes, I'm here to make these sacrifices. God, that is a good question. Well, usually because I'm wearing just such stylish threads, it would throw off the sprezzatura. But beyond that, yes, the DNC convention, and also, here's an interesting thing. Both Hillary and Elizabeth Warren did this, and I don't know if you caught it when you were watching their speeches.
Yeah.
When someone's trying to persuade you of something that they don't actually believe, they'll open their eyes wider than normal to really try and emphasize the point. And I was getting like this kind of fake crazy eyes from the two of them. And that was the one thing that really stood out to me about that entire, it was just this, I'm going to try and emphasize a point that I probably don't believe. Like, Elizabeth Warren deep down doesn't want to say, I want Biden for president. She wants to say, I want me for president. But no,
and didn't they let her head up the Native American caucus too? She got to be the speaker for the Native American caucus after all of that shit.
Who better?
She just do you not learn your lessons, Elizabeth? My God, did you not learn that lesson the first 1,000 fucking times? Like, wow. So that was not preferable.
Tony, what do you think overall? Like, did you have a favorite?
I did not watch that first night, and I tried to tune in the next night, and I was interrupted quite a bit by my kids, so I didn't get to do much. But literally, when I got to flip it on, it was there's a African American gal saying something. It didn't make much sense. It was coach speak. Let's put it that way. Yeah, a lot of deflecting, a lot of that, and then Chris Christie jumps on and says, "Yeah, well, Michelle Obama was an attack dog the other night, and tonight it's been a lot more streamlined. People are actually making some points, and they're not. No, we're talking about the issues. And if the Democrats want to really do something, they need to press the issue and stop just focusing on all the Donald Trump stuff. So maybe let's talk that.
I don't know. I was a hardcore Trumper until I saw that first night. And I think they really pulled me over to the Democratic side. I think
all that
voting Biden now.
I hear you, man. Every second of virtue signaling, which was like all 3 hours of it, man. I feel just ashamed to be alive at this point, let alone.
Yeah, I mean, like me, I'm just like being the resident right winger. I almost want to just call up, the right wing headquarters and be like, guys, just throw in the towel. It's over. Yeah. I mean, did you see Kamala Harris's speech where she pasted on her big fake smile? And I'm just the happiest person, and every single word I say, I'm just so happy about, and everything makes me so happy, and I'm just so happy to be here. But we need to pull back up. One moment, Tom. We need to pull back up Grow the Farm Up's comment here. Chicken, if you'd be so kind. Thanks for joining us. Tried to watch the DNC convention and actually thought to myself, can I flip over to the Dog and Chicken show? They have better content and production value. No joke. #cringe, and there's more to come. But thank you for joining us, Grow the Farm Up. And with your amazing analysis, yes, there's really no better place you could come for analysis than here at the Dog and Chicken show.
Oh, love it. Love it, Tom.
Yep, getting sniffed in.
Holy shit.
Beating them off one sniff at a time.
That's amazing.
So creepy.
Oh, that's our first cringe, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's real big.
Yeah, I'm afraid we'll have to drink for that one.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
Bravo. That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
That's
a distraction.
That's amazing. I am so fucking jealous right now. Not gonna lie. Wow. Very proud. I do have one question. I sent this to you guys earlier. I know Phil probably didn't see it, but the video of Kamala Harris walking out and waving and doing this shit, and they had all the Zoom screens up.
Oh yeah,
and I don't know if we have a clip.
Yep, I got it.
You got it. Okay. As she's doing that, this guy points out, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but he starts zooming in on all the Zoom screens. He's like, well, this person is this person, and this person is this person. And it was literally like a different cycle of the same video. So it wasn't actually this same person doing this at the same time. Sometimes they were doing this. Sometimes they're doing this. Sometimes they're doing this. But it was literally like 8 people, but they just copied and pasted into different places. He's like, they couldn't even fill a virtual crowd. It was fucking sad.
Yeah, I got that guy's video pulled up. Let me see if I can. Yeah, he's got it highlighted where all of the matches are. Let me get it pulled up one sec. I just have
That's right,
to
but-
switch it around a little bit.
Compare a Biden or a Harris rally to a Trump rally. Yeah, that's not really shocking. Biden and Harris would struggle to bring in their own mother to a frickin' rally, while Trump can fill up 10,000 people arenas. So, yeah, obviously that was going to happen.
All right, here we go. So you can see it's all of the people on the screen, but you can see the matches. You ever play that matching game with all the tiles? And you're like, and they all flip over. It's like, which one's the same person?
Oh my God. That's amazing.
So after I seen that though, I actually was like, I was going back today because I was trying to make clips for tonight's show, and like every time they would put a bunch of people on the Zoom screen, I had to pause and double check to make sure there weren't duplicates.
Yeah.
If I could find more, that would have been fantastic. Unfortunately, I didn't.
Still hilarious.
Let me act fake emotional, and then let me fake wave into the, oh, by the way, I kept innocent people in prison for almost 20 years, but I'm so emotional. Yes. Oh,
Okay, but she's not the only one that's done that. Let's not act like this is a first. Come on.
Oh, well, then that
That's
makes it
not
better.
fair.
Okay.
She's
that
only
makes
going
it
to be your
better.
possible
I
next
never said
president.
it made
I mean,
it
vice
We got
president.
Beijing
It's not
Biden
possible.
police.
She will be if
police
he
state
wins.
Harris. That's what you got. Beijing Biden and police state Harris on the Democratic ticket. Joe
So,
Biden,
Tom,
by
this
the
is what I
way,
dealt with the
made
other night.
the
Anybody imagine
laws
you
that
two?
built our police state, and Kamala Harris enforced the police state. Yeah. So police state 2020. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm not backing down on this one. Kamala Harris is an awful candidate for just any kind of civil liberties. Filibuster, I'm busting through to the truth. You're damn right, folks. So yeah, I'm sorry, but Kamala Harris, like, let me look all fake emotional and fake wave. Like, yeah, sorry.
All right.
Don't pass the smell test.
Well, I passed the smell test. This smell
Yes,
is approved
yes, he
by
did.
Joe Biden. It is polo. So
Ah,
yeah,
classic.
So that's what
Last time
attracts
I
a
wear-
Biden on you.
yeah. Last time I wear this cologne, but in reality, most Americans, whether you're Democrat or Republican, don't support defunding the police. Even when polls were done asking how many Democrats supported defunding the police, it was around 23%. And then when they went back and asked them why they supported it, they said, because we think some money should go to people better prepared to deal with these issues. And that's not, so that it means that they didn't want to actually abolish the police, and it means that they didn't actually want to defund the police. All funding goes to emergency funding, whether it's the fire department, whether it's the ambulances, whether it's the police department, the 911 call center, like it's all emergency funding. And so in reality, people just don't know what they're talking about. They don't want to defund the police once they found this information out. So really, it's like 2% of Americans want to defund the police. The rest of it is a straw man.
Clearly, I mean, based on who the Democrats nominated, they don't, because they went from defund the police to we fully support the police state. So that was quite a presto changeo right overnight. So that
They were
one,
never defund the police, though. That's what I'm saying. I know you
that
ignore
was
what I say.
that was a movement that came from the left. Do you deny that that was a movement that came from the left?
From the left and from the right wing and caps, yes.
But
No,
I
that-
think the point is that most people
You never
that are
heard an actual
following
defund the
the
police.
fucking
They were just
tagline,
hang
defund
back.
the police, really believe that that's what their only goal is that's what they're going for, because they've been fed the narrative that getting rid of all police is just the way to go. And a lot of people believe just that moniker. So it is still downplaying to the lowest common denominator of people who don't know what the fuck it is that they're actually supporting. So it's just more moving of the pawn back up and forth the chessboard. It has no real meaning. And yeah, you're right. It is both sides. It doesn't matter how you look at it.
I mean,
we're
there's a
done?
difference between defund and abolish, though, right? Like, I think
There is, but people don't realize that.
right.
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. But again, both defund, both abolish, those are both movements that did originate on the left. So, and now when you talk about the ANCAPs, now what the ANCAPs are doing are like, hey guys, hang back. Yeah. Unfortunately, Leonard Skinner, you're going to smell like Gold Bond medicated powder here, Tom, if you stay there too much longer. But yeah, they're just like, hey guys, hang back. See what happens. Just see what happens. So, but yeah, that's man, Tom, I got to give you credit. I think you've held in there longer than any of Biden's victims. I mean, people he's had a photo op with. I got to give you credit. Now,
This
guys,
is a normal Thursday night for me.
since Biden is on the screen, and Tom, I want to ask you this question in particular, but this is a question to everybody in the comments and to you guys here. If you were to call up an Uber driver and Joe Biden were to pull up to be your Uber driver, would you have confidence that he would be able to actually get you where you needed to go?
Go ahead, Tony.
Can I answer? I think he'd get me. I think he'd probably get me halfway. Then he'd have to get out of the car and let somebody else finish the drive. But maybe eventually I'd get there.
Tom, what's your thoughts on this? Would you have confidence that he would get you where you needed to go if Joe Biden alone pulled up as your Uber driver?
No, I'd have, almost as much confidence in that as I'd have Trump not driving by every building that has his name on it if he was an Uber driver.
That was a clever attempt at a deflection. You tried, but you said no. You do not trust Biden to get you there. So let's certainly hand this man the nuclear codes. Let's make him the leader of the free world. If we can't even trust him to get us 19 fucking blocks, surely this man deserves to be the leader of the free world. Now, Tony,
Did you say 19? Did you say 19? I remember back in 1919, I'd go to the stick rally at the local pool hall, and they'd rub my hairy legs, and it would feel really good, and made me feel awful funny.
So, Tom, this is a question that was posed to me today. Now, in terms of persuasion, Tom, even though it's dastardly, you got to give it its due in that it's an unbelievably persuasive question where if you answer it, you have to do what you just did, which is try to deflect away because it's but at least he knows where his buildings are. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that, grow the farm up. Trump doesn't. He knows exactly where the fuck his building. Look at that building. It's got my name on it. I mean, it's pretty clear which one's mine. Now, I just lease out my name and but that's a long story, but look at my building. So yeah, it's the Democratic ticket this
that's
time
so much
around
better.
does suffer from a coolness problem. It's unfortunate. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. That is what we need. A little bit more American flag. I'm here at my mill. I've got an old 50-pound sample bag that my great-grandfather had commissioned. So that's what we got going here. You mean
the other cringe moment. Did you guys see that one where it sounded like this is Joe Biden's husband? And I was like, what the? It kind of sounded like Jill, kind of sounded like Joe. It was kind of hard to tell, but I'm just gonna go with Joe. It sounds more fun.
But yeah,
I'm gonna pull up
what is the next one, sir?
I got the video ready to go here. Hopefully I got this whole stupid freaking issue with my what do you call it? Oh, God damn it.
Not enough KOE time? That's your issue. Not enough time.
I know, right?
Dedicated to the king of extreme. I mean, come on.
No, that's definitely not it. It's the echo problem that I've had before. Oh, wait. I know how to fix it. That's right. All right. Here we go.
Me said that.
All right. Hopefully this fixes the echo problem. We shall start sharing my screen. That looks crazy. Okay.
Oh, God.
If it starts to echo, you're all going to have to let me know.
Okay.
Right.
This was also a doozy of a speech.
Yeah, so I just got, here's the theme of the night.
Hope of ending this chaos. We have got to vote for Joe Biden like our lives depend on it.
Because our lives depend on it.
We all have to vote like our lives and the world depend on it. And God.
Okay, so that was the theme all night. Like everybody you went to is lives depend on it. If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you're gonna fucking die.
That's a hell of a selling point. Brilliant.
Bury your treasure, burn your crops, and Tom, I do not appreciate your communist hammer and sickle. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Tom.
That's amazing.
Let's get on to some of Kamala's stuff. So,
oh my God,
this one goes a little bit longer. This is her acceptance speech. But if you noticed, we had an extra little box in the window in our intro show tonight. This is where it was inspired from. I want you to pay attention to the interpreter and what happens.
God bless the United States of America.
Wait for it. Wait for it. See, he just like tried to do the little butt flap. He was like, wait, I can't do that.
That's sign language for fake motion.
Oh, just wait. It gets better. It's almost like eventually, you see how bored he is right now, but it almost seems like Obama walked in the room and said, hey, motherfucker, this is the Democratic Convention. Here's all your duplicate screens. Now he's getting into it.
oh my God.
That's why this guy made it onto our intro tonight. I just popped him in the corner on any intro. Dude fucking makes it awesome. He gives those thumbs up like, fuck yeah. There's nothing being signed here, like hardly at all. Like, this dude's just dancing.
So bad visually. Like, it's just such an awful visual presentation. That was just, that's your president. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand over here until one of my aides tells me to go forward, like the circus lion. Like that was wow. Yeah, that was.
Call this one the lawnmower.
Oh, so that was fucking cringe.
Oh wow.
That was a thing, folks. That
was a thing. Here's
I cannot think of a better example of the Democratic National Party convention trying to be cool than what you just showed.
You know, if everybody would have seen that version of it, because most of you guys didn't see the one with the sign language guy, and so you guys had no idea what I was talking about earlier today, because I was like, oh my God, how is this not a meme yet? Like, this is fucking gold. Like, everybody's paying attention to that goddamn Zoom screen, and there's fucking gold all around you. You're too worried about politics, people. This dude's dancing his ass off. I love it.
Vote for him.
Was that the sign language guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was supposed to be. They had it was funny. So there was the cultural appropriation they had to avoid doing, because it was a white lady doing signing. And then as soon as the music started playing, they switched it to the black dude and let him dance. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this every time. I fucking loved it.
No, actually, Leonard Skinner, if you had watched it, you would be voting Joe Biden right now.
I'm sure that was the difference.
That's why I didn't watch the full thing. I didn't want that power of persuasion, and clearly I would have been flopped 360 and back again with another 180. I probably would have filled in that little card that I just got in the mail the other day for the absentee vote ballot. I probably would have filled that out and then still went to the fucking polls and voted again for Joe Biden just to prove a point, because that's the Joe Biden way.
Here's the one that Brett had mentioned.
Promise.
There's two gaps
of America for all of us.
Awkward. Great. Her hand gets stuck in his mask.
Oh no.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Well,
oh my God.
Let's try that again.
So he's forgetting.
Great. God, love you. How are you? Hey everyone, I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said Joe. I don't know. We're gonna have to take some votes on that. All right, let's get to the last cringe on this particular one, and we can debrief. Yes, there's a little bit more on this one.
There's more.
this was a never. We could talk about any 3-second or 10-second strip of this particular presentation, and you would see something cringeworthy. It was
there's.
awful.
Yes, I tried to pick the best of the cringe that I could find anyway.
As you heard tonight, excuse me, you can see why she's the love of my life, the rock of our family. She never gives herself much credit, but the truth is, she's the strongest person I know. She's a backbone like a ramrod. She loves fiercely, cares deeply. Nothing stops her when she sets her mind into getting something right. And you know, for all of you out there across the country, just think of your favorite educator who gave you the confidence to believe in yourself. That's the kind of first lady this Jill Biden will be.
I have no idea why he said lady fucking 4 times.
Oh, you couldn't have paused that at a better time. Look at that face. That is the face that just realized I just
said lady,
moment.
lady.
Yeah.
Like a ramrod was the one that kind of got me. But now, Chicken, you want to know what's really unfortunate? If you were to play a clip of Joe Biden just 5 years ago, it would be night and day with how sharp this guy is. It really is unfortunate that
I don't know about all that.
No,
it's
look
way
it
worse
up.
now, but he's always kind of been a dumbass.
He's had gaffes.
Years ago.
He's had gaffes since he started in politics. He's
Yeah, just
had,
not one every
horrible
day.
gaffes since he started.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He never used to have him every day. So the comparison does seem like night and day. He just has a fuck ton more today than he used to. So yes.
Okay, but hang on. Him having
any clip of him from 5 years ago, you'll be shocked at how much sharper he was. Any clip from 5 years ago, you will actually
look
be like,
up Obama's inauguration.
Oh God, I don't want to do that.
I don't.
And I guarantee you, Biden will be a lot
just who he
sharper
is.
there. He'll be a shit of a lot sharper at Obama's inauguration than he is here. I mean, that's guaranteed. So, that's.
Hang on. I want to understand this. I want to get this clear. Tom's mentioned this before about he's always had these gaffes. I'm trying to. I'm sure he has. Like, I didn't pay attention to him much. I'm sure nobody really did when he was the VP. But even if he's always had these gaffes, how does that make it better when he's already admitting that he can't do more than one full term if he is elected? And you can see how bad these gaffes are or have been getting, or worse if you're looking at it like this. How does that make it better? That doesn't seem like a ringing endorsement to me.
Real quick, I mean, I don't want to ruin the show. I don't personally feel comfortable making fun of Joe Biden for his gaffes and his ableism and stuff like that. I'm not going to go down that road. But with that said, respectfully, he has had problems for a long time. And you can say, like, people with stutters, people who can't, put a sentence together. It doesn't mean that their cognitive ability is any less than anybody else's. It just means that they have problems with speech and that they have problems talking. Now, Joe Biden's has obviously gotten worse. Like it has gotten worse progressively. And so we can all say, like, yes, the gaffes have been there for a long time. They have gotten worse. It's just the point that where you would normally say somebody who normally talks completely fine their entire life and then gets to this point, you would say, oh my goodness, their brain doesn't even work anymore. They're falling apart completely. Whereas Joe Biden, if he's always had those gaffes, instead of him going from here to here, maybe he's gone from here to here. And that's like the only real difference, is that it's only maybe slightly less bad, but it's still bad.
Yeah, so we're hoping that it's not as bad as it appears. And I get it. Like, he's been a politician for what feels like 100 years, if you look back as far as he's been, in DC and been amongst these ranks. But if you're looking at it like that, even if it has gotten slightly worse, it's hard for, even if I didn't find the guy completely cringeworthy, and I actually liked who he picked as VP, and I could agree with some of the stuff that he's trying to put forward, that's still, to me, it's hard to wrap my head around how you can get on board. And I think that's where all of it comes from, with that tagline at the beginning of all of this, where they kept saying, vote like your life depends on it. Well, fuck that. Like I said, that's a strong tagline, and they're swinging for the fences now because there's just so much of footage like this that speaks volumes to people who aren't listening to the debates, aren't listening to the talking heads throw out ideas of why you should vote. They're only focusing on how bad Donald Trump is, and they're telling you that
Orange man bad.
You have to vote against him, and then they don't say anything about Joe Biden. It's the biggest deflection move I remember seeing in an election cycle. My hat's off. They made chicken soup out of chicken shit.
Guys, I'm sorry, Tom. I gotta disagree with something here. The idea that normally, yes, this would be an ableist discussion, but we're not talking about does Grandpa get to hold the baby. We're talking about who is the leader of the free world. His cognitive function and ability really fucking matters, and that is perfectly in line to ask about that when we're having clear indications to the otherwise. So I'm sorry. Yes, if we were asking, does Grandpa get to go to the park by himself today? Yes, that would be an unfortunate thing. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about who has their finger on the button, who is negotiating with all the nations of the world. I don't think that's off base at all to ask, do you actually have the mental fitness to do so?
Yeah, but whether or not, and I know that you think that this is a pivot, but like in reality, if we're being as rational as we can and as objective as we can, there are problems with the other side to where they could be severe enough to where you would actually think voting for somebody with this many cognitive issues would still be a better option than voting for Trump. And that's where we're left, is saying, well, okay, we have somebody who seems to lie incessantly, who's been caught in numerous scandals, who's had lots of issues with telling the truth and helping Americans understand what it is he's doing and why he's doing it. And then you kind of say like, oh, maybe somebody who accidentally sets off missiles and blows up our entire country, maybe that's still a better option than somebody who I believe could possibly do it on purpose. Now, real quick, Brett, I wore all red on the very last episode I was on over here as well. So I know that I look very good in red, and I appreciate that. It brings out the...
Can we move on with this video? We didn't even get a third of the way into
it. If there's somebody that's thinking that way, they're just not thinking rationally. If you're willing to hand the nuclear codes to someone with a clearly not functioning brain just because you think Orange Man is so bad, then I'm sorry, that is not a rational actor. That's not someone that's thinking clearly, and they're allowing emotion to dominate their life and how they react to the world. So we're all free to do that, but that's just not a rational actor. That's
I really wish we had gotten Elvis on for tonight, because Elvis truly has TDS. Like, he has the worst case of TDS of anybody I've ever met, truly. And he not only has TDS, but if you even mention the fact that Biden has any issues whatsoever, he thinks that you're a horrible person and a fascist, and he's the nicest man in the world. He doesn't have any problems. They're just mistakes, and you're all just pointing them out because you're jerks. Like, I really wish Elvis was here to explain all of this to us.
So what you're telling me, Tom, is I am Elvis's favorite podcaster. Is that what you're telling me? Like, I think that
I'm saying to Elvis, you are the Antichrist.
Well, okay. On that note, let's fucking watch some more of this. Jesus. I don't know that was fucking more cringe. Jesus.
Man.
Oh, now Elvis has to.
So go to JoeBiden.com to join our campaign.
Thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Long pause. Cringe.
What the fuck?
All right, here you go. This is for Phil.
Oh my fucking God.
Hello, America. I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer, or as Donald Trump calls me, that woman from Michigan.
So, did you see when she?
So fucking privileged that the president of the United States mentions your name. Like,
So
yeah.
did you see? Did you see the look on her face when she was walking up though? Or when it was about ready to start, she had this like I'm like you could tell she was just not happy with anything. And then the camera turns on and she goes and she like had to suck in her smile. It was kind of a weird look. It was a little creepy. I made a really, really bad video about it and decided not to play that one because it was in bad taste. Tom, you should be proud of me. I didn't do something just for a joke because I thought it was in bad taste because we've all had these moments, but I know, right? But yeah, watch.
Like I said, I don't want to ruin y'all's fun. Y'all continue to be the degenerates that you are. That's not.
It's okay,
that's not
Tom.
on
We
me.
now know that you think we're redneck and Ku Klux
Yeah,
Klan.
you just called us degenerates. Oh my god. Anyway, here we go. Let's watch that one more time.
Get it
One more
right,
time.
Tom.
Deplorable is right.
Hello, America. I'm Governor Gretchen Whitmer, or as Donald Trump calls me, that woman from Michigan.
That's so fucking weird.
Oh, that was a great fucking line that was written for you by a focus group. My God.
That was not genuine at all.
And John Kasich standing at a crossroads. Yeah, definitely give this guy more time at the Democratic National Convention than AOC. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, let me guess. They want you to turn left.
America is at a crossroads. Sometimes elections represent a real choice, a choice we make as individuals and as a nation about which path we want to take when we've come to challenging times.
Jesus.
This is
Don't play the audio. They'll kick us off. Don't play the audio. But
They won't kick you off.
No, not on this one. As long as we talk over it a little bit. As long as we make fun of it and we have to make judgments as it's playing. Yeah, as long as we're reviewing this as we're speaking or as it's playing, we're good. So just make sure you call out all the awesomeness.
I am the one who just got out of Facebook jail, so I don't know that I'm the best person to listen to. But
right.
I get notifications about this stuff all the time.
Going nuts.
Here we go.
Something happened.
Hold on. I'm voting for Biden. That's all I needed. That's all I needed right there. That's it.
Wait. I need at least 10 more seconds of this before I flip my vote.
I'm all in.
Yes, the guitar does it for me. That's all I needed.
No,
I just
need
needed
one
to
more.
see a cheap $100 Epiphone Les Paul that I actually think I have that exact same guitar right back here in the corner. Oh, it doesn't have the white plate though, but otherwise it's almost the same thing.
I can't think of anybody. I cannot think of anybody cooler than these middle-aged Hollywood rejects, DC level celebrities. I can't think of anybody.
Just wait. I have a feeling something epic's about to happen here.
Oh fuck, you're right.
I got to beware. Think it's time we start. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Like, just in terms of its visual presentation, this is fucking terrible. Like, it's like, who are you persuading? Who is this reaching out to?
He went down at the same time that he said it's going down, though.
Yeah, like,
This reminds me of, like, do you remember being a kid watching like Sesame Street and all the amazing visual special effects that they had on PBS? Because I assume that's what they're doing now. They're working for the DNC, just based off of this video alone.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
Good evening.
Oh, yeah, we gotta recap that video. MTV music video of the year, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh man, the comments are fucking blowing up, guys. This is great stuff.
And thank you, Heather Elvis. I am glad you are here this evening. I was told that I am one of your personal favorite podcasters. And just so you know, don't worry. Every single word that comes out of my mouth is the pure, undisputed, certified truth. No problems here. You're going to get nothing but the best extreme content. So thank you for joining us, Heather. And I know that in enough time, I will be able to persuade you to vote for Donald Trump 2020. I know I can do it. I know. So welcome to
I see that. Needs more cowbell. That's the best comment. Yeah.
More cowbell. AOC, they always say politics is like Hollywood for ugly people. AOC is the exception to that rule. That's not one of the main reasons she's really well known. I would say it's the fact that she will not fucking waver on a goddamn thing, and that's people know. Like, people walk around those who will not be moved. And
she primaried a really unpopular Democratic candidate, and they didn't take her seriously. That's why she's where she is. In all credit to her, like, she kind of snuck in the back door and chopped his feet out from under him, and nobody saw it coming. So kudos to her. Like, we can bash on AOC all day. I don't mind making fun of anybody. But no, she was smart, dude. If I saw a Republican senator or congressman in my local district and I wanted to get into politics and I saw he wasn't taking a campaign serious, yeah, I'd take it from him. Hell yeah, I'd jump right in there. If I didn't have this show and probably all the ammunition in the world to kill my political career. But
oh, hell. Shit. Donald Trump is your president. Anything is possible. Don't think that you disqualified yourself because of some silly words here and there.
Yeah,
okay?
We don't have to start over with the grabber by the pea and all that stuff.
Let's get a different time. Elected governor of Minnesota, Jesse the Body. So yeah, anybody can get elected.
He's a damn good governor too.
Comparatively, yeah. And Gretchen Whitmer, I think she's doing all the campaigning for Trump in Michigan that he needs. So she's crazy, but she stands by what she believes. That
sure.
Goddamn well, there's no KFAB when it comes to AOC. She actually believes it, and to borrow another wrestling term, she believes it all for a shoot. She believes it's all real. She is not backing down, and that's what people find endearing about her more than anything.
Oh yeah.
But
all right, let's continue with this here.
Bienvenidos, and thank you to everyone here today endeavoring towards a better, more just future for our country and our world. In fidelity and gratitude to a mass people's movement working to establish 21st century social, economic, and human rights, including guaranteed health care, higher education, living wages, and labor rights for all people in the United States. A movement striving to recognize and repair the wounds of racial injustice, colonization, misogyny, and homophobia, and to propose and build reimagined systems of immigration and foreign policy that turn away from the violence and xenophobia of our past. A movement that realizes the unsustainable brutality of an economy that rewards explosive inequalities of wealth for the few at the expense of long-term stability for the many, and who organized a historic grassroots campaign to reclaim our democracy. In a time when millions of people in the United States are looking for deep, systemic solutions to our crises of mass evictions, unemployment, and lack of health care, in el espíritu del pueblo and out of a love for all people, I hereby second the nomination of Senator Bernard Sanders of Vermont for President of the United States of America.
Okay. So I'll kick off this one.
Only non-fake speech. Okay. All through the whole convention.
Maybe I won't kick this off. Phil, kick it off. Okay.
All right. Well, sorry, that is my analysis there of every speech you saw in the entire DNC convention. That was the only speech where every single word of it wasn't contrived. That was the one speech where there was somebody that had a shred of principle that they were standing on. And I'm telling you folks on the right, you ignore it at your own peril. AOC is going to be on a presidential ticket it within a decade. If you think that's not the case, you ignore her at your own peril. So
yeah, for sure.
Take it, gentlemen.
I agree. She was out of all of them, out of everybody they had on this entire convention for 3 damn nights, hers was a minute and a half, and she hit all the buzzwords that she's supposed to hit. She didn't show emotion, which was like, oh, thank God somebody's acting professional here. We didn't have some musical number and some stupid dance while a whole bunch of people are dying of a virus that's going to kill us all. If you're on that side of things,
I like what Kurt Cobain did with his hair.
Yeah, we'll get to that. She's crazy. But no, like you're right, Phil. She was the one that you could take serious. And this is like, I get it. They moved her into this Bernie Sanders. Okay, it's a technicality. And they, it's she did nominate him originally. So she's got to formally announce it or whatever. Whatever the hell their excuse was for it. The one sane seeming person, which me saying AOC is sane is crazy because I do not think she's sane. She scares the hell out of me long term. And I'm not even that far right, folks. I just see how dangerous she can be, and some of her policies are really out there when you read them. But she seemed the most sane out of fucking 3 nights of this shit show of a Democratic convention. I'm sure the Republicans will do a way better job. We'll fucking see about that. But out of everybody, she's the one that seems the most sane. How in the fuck is this possible? 2020 is upside down. Fucking left means right means left. I'm fucking having Crown and Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, so that means I'm probably having a fucking real sugar Coke with the actual cocaine in Windsor right now. Like that's where we're at these days, folks. I don't know.
I do have one. Well, of course, 2020 is back asswards. We knew that months and months and months ago. But the Republicans have the benefit of going second, and it's always better to go second because clearly the bar was set really
so low.
Fucking high.
So low. High.
I just saw he's the most hated president. Well, yes, every Republican president is until the next one, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Tom, what do you got?
Okay.
Tom's an emoji.
Tom as an emoji is better than Biden giving him a hickey.
Yeah.
You still there, Tom?
Let's say Trump is going to lose. He's the most hated president ever. I'm sorry. I've been doing a toast series to all the U.S. presidents. Trust me, he's not in terms of most hated. I don't even think he's in the top 30. I mean, there's
Woodrow Wilson.
Time. It's divisive. We had a civil fucking war at one point, for fuck's sake. But yes, Tom and I have gone back and forth on this many a time. I think Trump's gonna win. You're gonna see quite a different.
Well, we're not here for predictions. We're here to shit on the Democratic National Committee here in our convention.
AOC is going to be on the ticket within the next decade. You heard it here first, folks.
All right,
Trump
so Tom.
AOC.
Tom, what was your critique of AOC's time there on the DNC?
What was it of the what?
Her DNC speech that she had, the one we just played a little bit ago.
I'm not gonna lie, with all my computer problems, I totally forgot who was just speaking. So
all good. Did you watch her little? She only got like a minute. Did you watch it at all?
AOC, that's right. No, I didn't see her. I thought Phil said that she endorsed
Bernie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody's like it was a technicality. The guy before her was the supporter of Bernie too. So, but they like blew it up in the media because, well, what's the media do? The fake news media attacked the Dems for once, which I thought was pretty funny.
So she accidentally said Bernie instead.
No, it's technicality because originally she backed Bernie originally. So for the convention, it's just procedural wise, whatever vote you had at that time frame, that's what you have to adhere to when it comes convention time or some bullshit like that. I didn't read the whole thing, but I was like, oh, it's procedural, it's normal. I didn't read into it, but whatever. There was a couple others on there that are like, yep, I back Bernie, and I've seen that before too in other Republican conventions, Democratic conventions, over the years. And it's not that weird. It's just the thing that I thought was interesting is the most sane sounding person was AOC. And then the second one is that not only that she was the most sane sounding person on this whole damn thing, but she didn't even back the candidate. So it was just poor timing, I don't know. Let's go on to Billie Eilish. We're almost done with this cringe video. And we can. Oh God, she is something else. Ugh.
You don't need me to tell you things are a mess. Donald Trump is destroying our country and everything we care about. We need leaders who will solve problems like climate change and COVID, not deny them. Leaders who will fight against systemic racism and inequality. And that starts by voting for someone who understands how much is at stake. Someone who's building a team that shares our values. It starts with voting against Donald Trump and for Joe Biden. Silence is not an option, and we cannot sit this one out. We all have to vote like our lives and the world depend on it, because they do. The only way to be certain of the future is to make it ourselves. Please register. Please vote.
Now let me play a song for you.
I can't seem to focus, and you don't seem to know.
Oh my! And this is me adding commentary.
Yes. All right, Tony, you can take that off. That's the end of the video. You can pull me off of that. Oh, gee. I'm glad I'm done with that goddamn thing.
I also
didn't
think
we
it's
were going
funny
to talk about it for a half an hour, 45 minutes.
I also think it's funny that you've all seen this meme, so it's not my joke, but it's a great one. Taylor Swift endorses Joe Biden, makes a career out of songs about her poor choice in men. Waka waka. So, yeah, when I see the artists all lining up, I'm sorry, I don't go to artists for my politics. I go to them for their art. So if you're an artist, why in God's green earth would you ever make a political statement? All you're doing
Ricky
is
Gervais said it the best
during
when he was the host of the Golden Globes, and he said, "Come up, accept your word. Nobody needs to fucking hear your policies because Greta Thunberg spent more fucking time in school than a lot of you have. Just accept your award, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your political stance. You're not a politician. You're an artist. You make movies, you make music, you do TV, you're an actor. Nobody needs to hear their shit." And people, that's the problem though. They're using these people because they have an influence. And they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Clearly she's reading something that was written for her. And if that was all her own words, oh God, I'm sorry. That was awful. That was just terrible. It was all recycled bullshit that we've heard from countless other people. So it meant nothing. Meant nothing.
I can't disagree, sir. But yeah, I go to artists for their art. Whenever they try to inject themselves into the public sphere, they're spokespeople. They're spokespeople for ideas, thoughts, and products. Like especially artists. Just buy my whatever the fuck. Buy my book, buy my CD, buy my download. And then there's suddenly, it's like I said about the trial and death of Socrates, when Socrates went out and examined the artists. And he said, when I thought that maybe they had wisdom, but would you believe it? You would hardly find anybody out in the streets who didn't have something better to say about the art than the artists themselves. So that's the thing I always keep in mind with artists is that they're not really conduits of true wisdom. They just have a momentary inspiration.
That's fair.
Billy. But yeah, so and then we got Heather and Bernadette and Brett. We got a marvelous little war going on.
I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Sorry, I haven't been jumping in on this, but there's some good shit in there. Who's porn?
Billie Eilish.
Oh God, no, I don't want to.
So yeah, okay. Since you popped it up, then let's go ahead and talk about it because comment
that sounds pretty cringe. Let's talk about it.
Billy has a blowjob video making its rounds on the internet. Nobody should be taking any advice. Hang on, I'm going to stop you right there. Are you advocating that people who give oral sex shouldn't be giving anybody advice? Because come on.
I'm just advocating Billie Eilish shouldn't give any advice.
No, she shouldn't.
Clearly not.
Reasons. No, she shouldn't.
Yeah.
At all. But
one, she's too
giving
young.
A blowjob? No, that's not a good reason.
She's way too young to be lecturing people on politics. First off,
especially if it's advice about blowjobs.
Yeah, we need these robots out here giving.
Yeah,
advice.
damn right.
Exactly. This motherfucker's spitting.
Now, folks, this is something I would strongly encourage you to do. I know this is going to sound like me wagging my finger, but this is also kind of analogous with when the Hulk Hogan tape came out. I never watched it. I never looked at it. We don't have a right to know how Hulk Hogan has sex. We don't have a right to know how Billie Eilish, or whatever her name is, has sex. This is always kind of distasteful when these things get leaked. And maybe look the other way, because you wouldn't like it if you were held to that same standard. So that's something that I always try to encourage people is when this shit gets leaked, I get it. It's the tantalizingness of the tabloids, but yeah, try to be better people out there. That's all I can do. That's all I can do.
Real quick. Okay. This is hot off the press. Phil, I could not agree more.
Whoa! Cringe. Tony, cringe.
Whoa!
Cringe.
Well, I mean,
cringy.
Whoa.
It's the classic lesson from the carpenter from the plains of Galilee. May he or she who is not without sin cast the first stone. You'll notice none of us have a stone in our hands. So
I'm not going to go there, but I mean, as far as like if there's videos that people don't
made a sexual mistake in their life that they regret.
As far as looking at a video that somebody doesn't want you to see, especially if they're naked or something like that, like a lot of us would hope that people had enough dignity and enough respect to not go look at it as well. So that's I won't say he who has not sinned throw the first stone, because the Bible is pretty implicit on the fact that you need to judge others who are Christians as well, and judge brothers and sisters. So judge lots of people, judge them all the time, but
the
whether
most
or not
Christian way I'll say this: judge not lest ye be judged, motherfucker.
That's saying that you can't judge somebody on whether or not they go to heaven, not the same thing. But the point is, yes, don't go look at a sex tape if somebody doesn't want you to.
How much of these guys in the chat been drinking? There's some good stuff in here.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Are we moving on to the next ridiculous topic?
This sums everything up for the last like 5 pages I've scrolled through. We're talking politics, not sex.
They go hand in hand, unfortunately, and we have to fucking acknowledge that. I'm sorry. Are we supposed to ignore all the fucking horrible fucking sexual acts that a lot of these people are?
All right. Well, speaking of sexual acts, Tony, can you pull up my screen?
Have you ever heard of the God's speech? GODS, guns, oil, drugs, sex. Those are the things that run the world.
Tony, can you add my screen to the?
Yep, there you go. All right.
Here
we go.
Multiple windows here. So on the left side is a story from Forbes magazine. It says
so you can see my nipples. That's
okay.
It was couples massages. Me and Bill went together. I got one from Biden. He got one from
So the story on the left says Forbes magazine, photo allegedly show Bill Clinton receiving massage from Jeffrey Epstein accuser.
Warnings.
On the right side, it shows a picture of Bill Clinton getting a massage from Jeffrey Epstein's accuser. Allegedly, still.
And then there's a photo of the same girl out to dinner with Jeffrey Epstein, and she's had a lot to say. And this is fucking bad. I don't care how you want to look at it. Tony was like, well, it proves that he got a massage. It also proves that Bill Clinton had close.
You can't reference something we said in chat without talking about the conversation first.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm saying this also proves that Bill Clinton had close personal contact with one of Jeffrey Epstein's sex slaves. So this is fucking bad. Picture's worth 1,000 words. I know this does not prove anything in a court of law, but in the court of the unfortunate reality of public opinion, this is fucking bad. This is
what has
fucking
she said about it? Has she come out and said anything about this since this has happened?
I don't know. Jamie, can you pull that up?
Well, I'm looking through the article here. I believe she did come out prior to these photos and say, yes, Clinton was on those planes. I know at least one of the accusers has said that. and he totally denied it. I don't know if it's the same girl in the pictures though.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, it says Clinton, Maxwell, and Davies did not respond to requests from to confirm the photos of authenticity. So yeah, it's all in court right now. It's gonna be a legal issue at this point.
Cell right now. I'm hoping she makes it through the day. So
we got
yeah,
a USPS.
Oh God, I don't want to get into the postal service again. Do we have to do that? I don't know. Let's keep talking a little bit about this Epstein thing. So it's like, so the conversation we're having is well, Phil, I think started it was he's already guilty in the court of public opinion, just like, and I think Bill Cosby got referenced on there, and a couple others.
My point. My point was because Phil's.
You can take this off the screen, Tony.
Okay. Phil's point before was in the court of public opinion, we sent Bill Cosby to jail based off of no physical evidence. Well, at least this is a digital piece of evidence. I'll give you that. Like, does this make me think anything differently about Bill Clinton or Jeffrey Epstein and being in cahoots or doing some bad shit? No. It does verify a lot of suspicions that, okay, he knew somebody, and some of those accusations are a little bit more credible now. But again, it proves he got a massage. Unfortunately, that's not enough, in a court of law to condemn anybody. And yeah, it looks terrible. It is terrible, but it is what it is. And the big difference between Bill Clinton and Bill Cosby, one's an ex-president and one's a Clinton, and the other was a comedian.
Oh, I thought you were doing like a joke with that, like say Bill Cosby was the president somehow. I was like, wait, what?
Bill Cosby. But no,
he was on some show.
Kevin, welcome to the show. For those that don't know Kevin, he's my nephew, is a former Marine, and been on the show in the past a few different times. I believe you're on the road right now doing some work, but you had some time to jump in and chat with us. So
Chicago.
Nice. How's the weather there?
It was actually pretty warm today, but yeah, I'm in Naperville, which is apparently like a nicer area of Chicago, like 20 minutes away. It's all right.
It's good. So we're talking. Well, we went through the DNC convention already, so you missed all that fun. Now we're on to the Epstein Clinton conversation. So we're not real deep into it. So what have you heard, Kevin? Like what are your thoughts on here? We're talking is Clinton just guilty because of, the court of public opinion, or is there more to come from this, or what are the chances Clinton was on that flight log for real and played with or did something or
played with
whatever, allegedly?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like Bill's the most innocent person in the world. I know everyone and does indeed think that Bill Clinton is probably involved in it in some way, especially with what his wife is all about. But hi Justin, good to see you.
Again, Heather, like we were talking earlier, that's a good attempt at a deflection. But yeah, this one is not a good look. But now what I wanted to get at is the point that I was making a little earlier about Bill Cosby is this is an instance where the opinion of the court of public opinion actually made its way into an actual courtroom. And so it's unfortunate. I don't like the idea of the court of public opinion, but it is a real thing nonetheless. And this looks fucking bad. I mean, like it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Like I would love to like. I would prefer there's an outcome where nobody got harmed. Like I would love that this is all just some crazy conspiracy theory, but there's a little bit too much smoke.
There's no way this looks good. To Phil's point,
I love that painting. Pull that up.
So let's talk about that painting. The picture of that one and the George Bush one came out with him like playing with blocks and 9/11 reference, and like I was like, oh shit, like this. So the conspiracy theorist in me is like, this shit goes deep, yo. It's like I'm worried about a lot of people that I've either hated or looked up to, because most presidents and high-powered celebrities, politicians, you name it, you either love them or hate them, as you see in the chat. Everybody, I'm glad. Hold on, can I have a moment here? I just want to thank everybody in the chat real quick.
Yes,
because we had first off, we got some shitty comments and some funny comments. I think everybody's trying to be respectful and have some fun in there. That's what it's all about. But I'm just glad you picked a fucking side, because that's all I've been saying for the last week and a half. Pick a goddamn side. Quit sitting on the fence. Goddamn fence post.
It was
Sons
that
of bitches.
DNC convention that got everybody to choose the DNC. They all picked a side.
Tony, stop it.
It was so great.
It was.
But yeah, now I do think there might have been a little bit, just a little bit of a coincidence. I don't know, that these pictures got released the day before Bill Clinton was supposed to speak at the DNC convention. I'm sure that's just a wild coincidence. So yeah,
before his birthday, for fuck's sake. What an asshole move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also that on top of Trump really taking a lot of the piss out of the DNC convention in terms of attention by pardoning Susan B. Anthony at the same time was
kind of genius.
Well done, sir. Well done. There's a reason you're the president, and it's because of moves like that. And also,
did you see what they're mad about today, though? Like, here's what everybody got mad about. Trump. So during the DNC convention, he took the biggest political ad revenue space that you can buy on the internet. He bought the whole fucking front page of YouTube. And then not only did he do that, oh Jesus, not only did he do that, but he also did Washington Post, which if we all know anything about the Washington Post is pretty lefty, and they really don't like Trump, and they have no articles that are pro-Trump. He bought not only did he buy like the headline in the top like space, but then like almost every frontline article you click, it popped up a video making fun of Joe Biden. Like he fucking trolled the left so hard. There's actually people melting down on Twitter right now. I'm not even kidding about this. There are fucking former WAPO reporters and current WAPO reporters losing their fucking mind on Twitter right now. And why would you take that kind of money from Trump? Well, maybe because, news outlets are struggling for money and clicks, and that's why they're doing so bad with the clickbaity articles. Like, everybody's hurting for money. Even the big companies are. They're trying to gain a profit. They have people to speak to and need to show that they need to make money. So yeah, Washington Post, if Donald Trump offers you 7 fucking figures to take over the front page of your website and all your front page articles for a day, you probably should take it if you want to stay alive. Like, yeah, it kind of sounds like taking blood money. I don't know, but I don't know.
It's all blood money. Fuck. They're all just dirty. They're all fucking dirty.
They're Churro the Destroyer.
Churro agrees. They're all dirty.
Did you see any of that, Tom? Like with his takeover of YouTube and WAPO, he just bought all the ad space. It fucking it pissed everybody off.
Yeah, I've seen lots of ads you're talking about from Trump, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen lots of ads from him, and it is all trolling. It's all like going after them, and
nothing is policy. It is just Sleepy Joe. Everything is.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and he had lots of stuff where numerous times he keeps saying that Joe is like in favor of what is it? Defund the police, I think it is. Like, yeah, he keeps saying that over and over.
Defunding ICE is officially part of the party platform. So,
wow.
Just saying. You can check the Democratic Party platform. Defunding ICE is actually part of the party platform this year. So,
did anyone else see Kamala Harris's tweet that when she becomes president, she's gonna like ban like AR systems and stuff like that, or the import? And someone was like, "Well, one, you're not gonna be president; you're gonna be vice president. 2, every AR manufacturer except FN is produced in the United States. So good luck.
Well,
Wait,
no,
if
Biden gets elected, she will be president, though. That's the thing.
Just an
Well,
empty gesture.
It was. It's an empty gesture. It's a virtue signal of, hey, I'm on the anti-2A, but she's really not. She's not anti-2A.
No, she's ready to fucking shoot everyone.
She'll shoot us faster than anything.
Just watch out for your FedEx deliveries. Make sure it's someone you actually know that works at FedEx.
Oh, we got some drinks going in here.
I actually don't have any alcohol and everywhere's closed right now, so
I'll take a drink for you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Now, actually, on the
Yomi.
subject that Kevin brought up, I just want to say, as an aside, definitely check out Tom Foolery Show. He touches on the mail-in voting issue, and he has a very interesting guest who actually works for Michael Steele's lobbying group. So actually kind of fascinating to talk to him. Unfortunately, I had to go because I had a good friend who was going through a breakup come over to my house and needed a shoulder to talk to. So I had to go and I couldn't stick around for commenting. Really a good video. Should definitely check it out. I might post a reply video to that one, Tom. I have some input. So
hang on. No, before we go any further there, not only is the Democratic Convention having musical numbers, now also the KOE Nation, too, is having musical numbers on his channel as well. And what greater musical number is there than the
Star-Spangled Banner?
Well, I am going to be working on a response video to his response video as soon as we get off here. So
we're just gonna have a little battle.
Keep an eye out for that one. But yes, actually, we had an expert on mail-in voting, mail fraud, and the changes to the USPS, and it's a guy who gave like a very, very bipartisan take and was really just trying to give like stats and facts and stuff like that. So
I thought he did well.
Go. You can listen to it on any podcast platform, and then we're also on Twitch now, Facebook, and YouTube if you want to watch it instead of listening. It was really a good episode, so check it out.
I agree. It was an interesting insight, and also the guest you had before that as well.
An economist,
yeah. I thought both of those were pretty good, getting some insight from some other people that because here's the thing we talk about between Tony, Phil, myself, like kind of privately, like, oh, are we building an echo chamber? And we trying to keep ourselves at diverse opinions, but let's be real, we're 70, 60 some days out from the election. And like I proclaimed last week, time to pick a goddamn side. Fuck you, Buddha, by the way. Look what I can do. But
I brought some lefties over to you guys.
An inside joke. I noticed I did. It's fun in the chat to watch, but like I appreciate it because it's one of those pick a side, argue. The next 2-3 months are going to be awful before we get off of politics because there's Trump and COVID have infected every single thing that is in your daily life. Like almost everything, unless it comes to your family, involves Trump or COVID, even most of what happens with your family. So those two things are going to be a part of this show probably until the election's over. Let's just be real. So we'll have to respectfully disagree at times and try not to be too negative.
Speaking of being too negative, I just wanted to pop this up real quick. Project Sadface wondering if we post the YouTube comments. So let's pop his up. We did unfortunately gloss over them. We were laughing about the DNC stuff because it was ridiculously cringeworthy. I thought that was pretty obvious. He's the liar in chief. That's the Trump.
Project Sadface online the other day, like in Tom's show. I was going to invite him on.
Elvis.
Tonight.
That's why I was telling you that I wish Elvis could come on because that Project Sadface is Elvis.
I completely forgot I was going to invite you on tonight. Project Sadface, hit me up. We're going to do this. I'm going to invite you on. I feel bad now.
All right.
Damn it.
No, we absolutely do. I wanted a little more in depth to the comment of Trump's a bitch. I don't know. That's pretty deep. I need some clarification there. Wow. Like here, they do all the time. You're just, oh my God. Wait, the fucking comments are lit tonight. I'm loving the comment section, guys.
Going
we're
at
fucking
it.
killing it. The show, we're secondary tonight. The comments are on fucking fire.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
wow.
always good. Anyway, real quick while we're kind of in between.
Fight anymore. That's coming up real soon.
So yeah,
we're
Heather
in
Elvis,
between a couple things real quick.
real
We'll jump
quick.
back over to that. I
Heather-
wanted to pimp out real quick. Teespring, jump over to teespring.com/store/bigbuckin. We will add t-shirt designs, but we have Phil's All That Being Said shirt.
God.
And I love to masturbate. We'll have more designs coming at you soon. I made it almost as cheap as possible to where it doesn't break the bank, but they're kind of fun shirts. And then tonight I myself made a custom one. I will be posting special on there Thirsty Thursdays. Grab a drink, let's talk trash, and on the back it's got our Big Buckin logo and website on there. So I'll be posting that one soon. So we're starting to get our own attire and have some fun on here. Yep, cringe. Yeah. Pimping out apparel now. That is kind of cringe, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, go ahead, Tom. What were you saying, Tom?
So Heather Elvis, him and his wife share a Facebook page, and so Heather's his wife, Elvis is Project Sad Face. They are the same person. He switches back and forth. He makes it as confusing as possible, but Heather Elvis is Project Sad Face, and he goes by Elvis.
So he's been getting all the love in the comments anyway. So
yes,
yeah, all right. Now we've
Fair
got that
enough.
clarification. That's perfect. But I mean, I still want to know why he's just.
So I added the wrong
Great
person on Facebook then.
But why is Trump a bitch? Like I need this. This is a question. I need an answer, like verbatim. Why is
Because
Trump
it's easy to say. It's easy to say.
all right.
That's
Well,
I told you.
all right.
I said earlier, and Elvis, you weren't here, but I did say earlier that Elvis is the definition of TDS. He is the definition of Trump derangement syndrome.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, I saw our little mini episode that we popped up.
Oh,
the little clip we
Yeah.
popped up. Somebody was like, "Take that gay red hat off." I was like,
that is
"Really?"
exactly what was said. Yep.
I was like, "Really?" So just
Yeah,
for,
I was a little surprised how narrow-minded.
I have no
the
idea who
comment
that
section
person
got.
was. I don't know who that person was, but just because of that, if you want to tell me what I can and cannot wear, just for the simple fact, Trump or no Trump, I'm gonna wear what the fuck I want, anytime I want. Cheers.
Tom,
I'll drink to
what's
you.
your say? It's green. It's blending in with your background. What's going on there? Make Donald Trump
again.
Trump? What?
It's from
Trump?
Was it Oliver? The guy on HBO.
Funny man on TV, John Oliver. Yes.
John Oliver. He is hilarious. Yes, it's from the John Oliver show because his Trump's family line goes back far enough to where their name was actually changed from Trump to Trump. And so if you could imagine maybe the most just dumbest sounding name ever changed to a Trump card, a very massive respect sounding name. So
that is one of those TDS things. Like it's Trump. That name was changed in the 16 fucking hundreds. If that's how far you want to go, fight, go for it.
Are we questioning the legitimacy of a president based off of them changing their name? Like I can't think of any president that would have ever done that. Oh shit! Wait, wouldn't the last one just do that?
Obama, Clinton, Ford, they all changed their names from their birth names. So
so it's not that crazy.
No,
yeah,
actually.
nobody's it's not the legitimacy, but Trump has proven to be a fairly sensitive person at times over certain things, and so
So can I bring up the intro to the show real quick? Kevin, you missed the intro to it, but the reporters the other day, I watched this, so I had to fucking drive 3 hours to go fucking mow the lawn at my goddamn campsite because apparently I bought a camper and can't ever go camping. Fucking bad decision. Anyway. So on the way up there, I'm watching Donald Trump's press conference live because I'm a political junkie and I want to see it. And so before anybody shits on me, I subscribe to Joe Biden too. I watch his 2,000 viewers watching versus Trump's 50,000 watching on their live streams, which is just fascinating to me in its own. Had to throw that in there. But what the fuck is Mega?
Yeah, sorry.
I gotta quit looking at the comments. I gotta quit looking at the comments.
I've been wondering the same thing. What is Mega?
Anyway, so
yeah.
So Donald Trump's live press conference, one of the reporters actually asked him about QAnon. And so I had it in the intro. If you hadn't seen the video clip yet, when we're done tonight, you can rewind to the very beginning, watch the intro, or you can search this up on YouTube anytime. There's plenty of footage of this. But they actually asked him, have you heard of QAnon and the movement? And like, what do you think about this group? And he goes, well, I hear they like me very much. And I understand why. Maybe he's like, maybe it's my personality. He's like cracking jokes with it. And like he's playing dumb, like he doesn't know about QAnon. But at the same time, he's like, I heard a couple things, but I really don't know anything about it. And they're like, how about the conspiracy that they are believing that you are going to end child sex trafficking, pedophilia, and Satanism across the country, and that you're going to be our savior in that. And like the way the reporter asked it, and I didn't do word for word there, but the way the reporter asked it was fucking awful. Like she made it sound like pedophilia and Satanism were going to be good things and Trump shouldn't be standing up against them. And so he had the perfect response. Nobody could have done it better. He goes, yeah. Well, so are those good things or bad things? He just kind of threw it back in her lap.
That's supposed to be a bad thing? Yeah, it was. You're correct, Chicken. 5-star response. Like, that's one of those questions where you think, okay, Trump got this question. He's going to give a response that any of us normal people would give to this. Instead, he fucking knocks it right out of the park with, what, is that supposed to be a bad thing? No. And yes, we are saving the world. We're saving the world from the radical left and like,
yeah. And then he took it on a political spin. Yep. It was, he knew exactly when to turn that dial.
Also, one other thing I want to say, like they were trying to do everything they could to get Trump to throw QAnon under the bus. And he wouldn't do it. Now, even I've thrown QAnon under the bus in the past, and Trump wouldn't do it. And you know what? The fact that we have a president that won't throw law-abiding Americans under the bus, even if they believe something that might be a little right or wrong, even if
crazy,
wrong, even if they believe it's something crazy, they're not harming anybody. And I think that's a good thing that we actually have a president that isn't going to throw Americans under the bus when it's expedient. So that's just moi. So yeah, 5-star response. Kevin, Tom, Tony, what's your thoughts?
We'll go Kevin first. Did you see any of that shit?
No, I haven't seen it at all.
You know anything about QAnon? Like, no? Oh my God, you're out of loop, man. You need to get on the show more.
Sheesh. You don't even know.
I guess we're skipping you, Tom. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely like for him to denounce QAnon. I think Pizzagate and QAnon have been horribly detrimental to the state of politics, the conversations we're having, and I think it's just been, it's a dangerous overall idea that has really hurt our country overall, and lots of people have been physically hurt from it. Lots of people have done things that they probably wouldn't have done otherwise. So yeah, like it would definitely be nice to hear Trump denounce something like this, but I don't expect that of him knowing Trump.
So I popped up this comment on here. Do you know what this is in reference to? It's bad to make up things on people that are so bad it makes a group of people kill other people. Does QAnon killing other people? Is that what this is in reference to? Or
no, but I mean QAnon is linked to Pizzagate, and there was a guy who went and shot up the pizza restaurant trying to get into the basement, hoping that he could save all of the children's sex slaves at the bottom.
One guy that got a little too deep in there. So is there not one Democrat, one Republican, one Libertarian, one QAnon, one
congressional shooter?
I
Remember
mean,
him?
yeah, there's also a president named Donald Trump.
Lie upon
who's
the head
been-
of all Bernie supporters now? Like,
Are there
that's-
not riots on the streets across the nation? Not spouting Donald Trump's name.
I think the main point is here nobody should justify
Exactly.
anybody taking the fucking law into their own hands, thinking that there's some sort of noble vigilante saving people without any facts other than something that they read based off of the internet. Okay. The fucking point is this, folks.
We do not
you are
promote
No.
violence on this show.
Absolutely. You cannot base your social vigilanteism off of shit that you read on the internet. I'm sorry, because it's too easy to get caught up in it. It's too easy to fall down a rabbit hole. And before you fucking know it, you're storming a pizzeria with a fucking automatic weapon or whatever the fuck, semi-automatic or maybe it was a knife. I don't know the details. I don't care. That's ridiculous. You shouldn't fucking do that. Jesus Christ. Why is this a thing? Why are any of, oh my God, that's the only good thing to come out of 2020 and social distancing is people, the fucking mass shootings numbers have goddamn plummeted.
It's
So,
2020.
hey,
This is the
great
real
job, 2020.
question. Like, as much as we want to shit on this question, it's a real question in 2020. This is so stupid. Tony, you're right. We shouldn't be even bringing this up, but no, I don't think Democrats eat babies. The question provided to us here is, do you guys really believe the Dems are eating babies? I never once said I was in with QAnon. I just follow it because it's a big movement, whether you like it or not. I follow the Democrats. I follow the Republicans. All three groups I don't always like and I don't always dislike. Some things I agree, some things I don't. But no, I don't think people are eating babies. And if they were, I'm sure we'd find out.
I got to read Grow the Farm Up's comment here.
yeah.
Heather Elvis, are you Q on it? Your comments also make no sense. Spooky conspiracy.
Shots fired.
I guess my thing is I don't think that I don't think political affiliation has anything to do with eating babies. I think it all stems back from South Park when they had the free hat episode and
cringe.
Eating
Cringe.
babies. It's South Park's fault. I don't blame any political affiliation because of it. It's South Park's fault. Sorry.
Yeah, comments are getting really cringe. I love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Watch me, your judgment, internet. Bring it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, I was in the military, so I killed babies and raped everyone. So,
Well, there's one for Tom's
okay.
out of context quotes.
Hold on,
Here
hold
we
on.
go.
I'm gonna throw some shade at Elvis's way on that comment. So anytime you hear something from somebody that you don't like, they're automatically a crazy person. This is how the game gets played sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know how Mel
is
Gibson's
literally crazy. Like
how.
Didn't you have
Is he
like
certified?
the
Do you have
voicemails
paperwork?
come out where he was like literally like screaming and yelling about the Jews and
Have you never screamed and yelled about something you regret?
Not the Jews.
I
Dude, he was
don't
drunk.
think
What are you
I
talking about?
don't think I didn't he call his daughter a slut and a whore? Like I haven't done any of
Have
it.
you never said something about a family member you regret?
Mel Gibson
my
had a
goodness.
very bad run back in like 2007.
Let's
where
go to
he went
Kevin.
off the
He's
fucking
got
deep
shitty.
end.
Kevin's got a shitty mic, so let's give him the floor.
the only thing I'll say is that the gif that keeps coming up in the corner of Britney Spears, she fucking had a huge mental breakdown in 2007, and nobody calls her crazy.
Yes, they did.
I do.
Everybody called her crazy.
Do they now?
Yeah.
But no, they don't. Nobody calls her
There's levels of crazy. There's levels of crazy.
now, and everyone loves her. But
So-
because Mel Gibson did it forever ago.
There's
and
levels of crazy depending on what stage of life you're
it's a
in.
huge double standard that people can do crazy things forever ago, but only certain people get called crazy still.
I'm
Just because they did
unaware of
it
this.
ago.
Yes,
So-
I'm completely unaware. If people like Britney Spears again, I am unaware. I know when she
I don't
came out
like
with her last album, everybody was so like dead concrete on the fact that she was way too crazy to even consider her music.
Sorry, Melanie. Sorry. It did go off the rails a little bit, didn't it?
Oh, hang on. She shaved her head. She was crazy.
Yeah, so Mel Gibson was crazy. He had a crazy period of time. That doesn't make him crazy now.
She shaved her head to avoid a drug test. Like, that's a little bit different.
That's a hell of a way to get that. That's a what?
But she's still crazy.
No, she was no.
This
What
is
that
going
stemmed from?
swimmingly.
That stemmed from the fucking video that came out of her and Kevin Federline. The video of her tweaked out of her goddamn mind, and he's convincing her of like time travel, and she's like,
Kevin Federline. That's an old-fashioned word.
Like that's real? Shut up! Like really? That's like a real thing? Like really? Yeah, no. And then she just fucking plummeted after that. She did make a nice comeback, and she played.
Now she's a fucking host on like and shit. She's doing things.
She's
Stop being a celebrity musician makes a comeback, and all is forgiven.
Good. This is a good point here from our buddy Corb. 7% of American adults believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
Sure do.
We live in the West. It's true. Okay. That number should be at least 97%. Brown cows make chocolate milk. If you don't believe that, you're fucking un-American. Sorry. Done.
And if you drink chocolate milk, you're culturally appropriating. So stop it.
Oh man.
I'm talking about brown cows.
Yeah, stop talking about it. All right. But no, it was about Mel. It was about Mel Gibson. So did you watch the Joe Rogan episode with Mel Gibson? Did you see that? Anybody? It was
Say what you
great.
want about
Oh,
Mel
God.
Gibson. The son of a bitch understands story structure. That son of a bitch is going plot forward.
There you go. They had a whole episode of South Park based on Mel Gibson being fucking crazy. So I'm sorry. It must be fucking true.
They also had one
So-
about Britney.
If you watch the Rogan episode with Mel Gibson on there, the dude's fucking pretty legit. He and now granted that's a small snapshot. You get to see an hour or 2 or 3 of who he is and a conversation with somebody, and they had a pre-planned topic, but he didn't seem crazy to me. Like he honestly didn't. Those are some of the things I love about these long form talks. You can talk to, so we've been on here, an hour and 36 minutes right now. I can tell from me and Tom talking, whether we agree or disagree, Phil, whoever, been on here an hour and a half. I can tell you guys ain't crazy.
I
We
take
just
a
have
lot of
different
medication.
ideas. Yeah, on occasion, but it's okay. You're bald, that's why.
Yeah, that's why I shaved my head. It's because I'm crazy.
He lets the alien waves get in.
I try to lift my eyebrows up as high as possible so I have some hair on my head. Is it working?
Oh my God. Is that how it works?
But no, so when you have a longer conversation with somebody instead of poking them, so like the whole Mel Gibson outbreak and outburst, like sure he's super religious and may get a little unhinged when it comes to religion. I get that people defend what they believe wholeheartedly. That's what politics end up doing to some people. You ever meet somebody that you even mention the opposite politics that they want to talk about and they just lose their mind, whether they go full Karen mode or whatever? That's all the difference between Mel Gibson and those people is he's on religion and others are on politics. So it's not crazy. And Tom is crazy. Trust me. Thanks, Melanie. It's good to know. But
fair enough.
That's the difference between when you start seeing these stories in even Britney Spears. I'll stick up for Britney Spears on this one. She was a 16-year-old and she was the most sexualized girl in the world. What the fuck? It was a terrible way to grow up. It's a terrible way to live your adolescent life and then early adult life, and then you be a sex symbol for fucking everybody as you're growing up. It's terrible. So yeah, look, you're not gonna have the same ideas. She might be a little crazy. Honestly,
look, it's fine to say there's a reason for why she's crazy, but to turn around and say she's not crazy because there's reasons that she's crazy, that's a little bit different. I mean, Mel Gibson was able to hear voices in his head of what women want. That would drive anybody crazy.
That was a movie, Tom. Jesus Christ.
Did you see him in Lethal Weapon? He was clearly fucking crazy.
That was a documentary.
Another good example is Tom Cruise. When he went like ape shit with Scientology, and now everyone loves him because does his own stunts in movies, and everyone thinks he's great. but I mean, it was the same thing. He went crazy with religion, but nobody.
He's
again,
still
in
ape
my
shit with
book-
Scientology.
As
Oh,
far
yeah,
as I
he's
understand,
still
Tom
on
Cruise
that.
is still crazy.
He probably
Yeah.
But he's
No,
still,
Tom Cruise is batshit insane. Sorry.
but he's still beloved by America.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
because
he's acts in
he
Mission
entertains us.
Impossible movies. Yeah, no, that it's forgiven. If you contribute to society amongst the movie platform,
This is a good
you're
conversation.
crazy is completely doled out. It doesn't matter. You can be as crazy as you fucking want if you make movies that people enjoy. Bananas are curved because they grow towards the sun.
Okay.
Maybe Tom
Is that why
trying to grow toward the sun? What the fuck? Oh my god! This is.
Why is
This
everyone
is the
attacking Tom? Leave Tom alone. Leave
Fuck.
Tom alone.
It's just
Ultra
a bunch of
white
ripping on
man
Tom now.
Ultra white
Melanie
man
started it. Melanie
Tom,
started it.
yeah.
I'm just going to start it there.
But yeah, so
Oh, wow.
there's a very fine line between genius and insanity, it turns out. Like Mel Gibson is a great example. It's a very fine line between genius and insanity because even though we're saying like, this dude's fucking loony and all this stuff, every one of us is still acknowledging, okay, but that son of a bitch can put together one hell of a compelling movie. Yeah, he can move a plot forward, but he might be a little out there. So I don't know. I just don't see what actually constitutes what would make the man, actually certifiably crazy. But that is what it is, I suppose. But so we got Tie Tom on. We got the tie of Tom on. Are we having a return of candidate for President Tom? Is that what we? Oh, all right. Well, candidate Tom. After seeing the shit show cringe fest that was the DNC, what is your official stance going forward, sir?
My fellow Americans, we gather here today. Oh my goodness.
Good at him.
I have PTSD after like half an hour of sniffing over there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
We gather here today to talk about the fact that Britney Spears was considered crazy and is still crazy, actually. She's still crazy. So there's that.
I have a theory.
I
that
don't.
Everyone
I
in
think it
Vote for
works.
me.
vote for me. I think
Tom is
everyone in Hollywood is still crazy. Honestly, there's not a sane one for them.
I gotta say, I don't think Britney Spears is crazy. I think she's just not that smart. I think that's really all it fucking boils down to. And somebody, as mentioned before, who was thrown into the limelight and used as a sex symbol when she was 16 years old. Yeah, I think that probably it doesn't justify being loony, but you can kind of see why the spiral, why the meltdown kind of ended up happening. Like most of these artists that get thrown in the limelight at a young age, they do tend to have that ballistic timeline in their life where things just don't fucking go their way. But most of them do end up bouncing back from it. And she's clearly one of those cases. And of course she is. But like, I think back, like I remember being in like middle school, everybody had that fucking CD insert poster of Britney Spears hanging up on their wall. Hell, we had it hanging up in our classroom one time. And oh, Jesus God, what the? Oh God.
Did he sniff you? Are you okay?
No.
Oh,
no, I'm not. I don't know what the fuck just happened. It's
everyone
lunacy.
sniffed, and I don't like it.
This show's off the fucking rails. God, he could at least brought me another refill of this stuff. It's really good, by the way. Tom, you're being sniffed again, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say Phil should have come up behind you and sniffed you.
No, I'm not creepy like Joe Biden. No, that's a. Nah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah,
You just
that's all
sniffed like 10 people and now you're creepy. Come on.
Billy goats urinate on their own heads to smell more attractive to females. Everybody has their kink. Everybody has their scent that they get turned on by. You can't blame other species for finding your. I mean, come on. Look at the human race. Some people are in golden showers.
Is that all I have to do is just pee on myself?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Absolutely. Try it out. Let me know how that goes. Kevin's
Oh, yeah,
obviously McCluster West hero.
I'm pretty sure there's a sex robot that can pee on you for you.
Oh my God! How much extra, Kevin? You are the sex robot expert. How much extra do you have to pay to get that option to have the robot pee on you? And is the pee safe to consume? Kevin, go.
Hey,
I'm
Phil,
really interested.
I need you to go back in that other room and just punch him really hard, as hard as you can. I need it right now.
What? I don't understand what. These are questions I need answers. But getting back to crazy celebrities, right? Like we're talking about Mel Gibson, we're talking about Britney Spears. These are loons of fame of yesteryear. We're in 2020 and it's an election year, and right now the loons of today are mostly politicians. So it goes with the wind. Crazy goes with the status quo of the day, the week, the month. Right now, you're not really hearing about celebrities being batshit nuts because, well, frankly, they can't do much, but also because that's not what is important to the general population right now.
That's not
So
true.
who's crazy today?
Kanye West.
Kanye West.
No, the motherfucker is smarter than we've ever thought.
I think he's smart, but he's still crazy.
He's crazy.
Of course he is. Of course he is, but he's genius at the same time.
Yes,
it's
I
a complete conundrum.
Yes, I agree. He is genius and he is crazy at the same time. Yes,
He is
Most of them are.
like Michael Jackson.
No, he's a beautiful mind. He's a
Michael Jackson. That's an interesting one.
Michael.
We'll get into that
Yeah.
another time.
But now, like it or not, there's a good chance that the ticket in the next decade for president is going to be Kanye West versus AOC on the fucking ticket. Oh my God. Well, if Pinocchio says my nose will grow, it would cause a paradox. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. I like how he has all these Snapple facts that he's just like dropping for it. Like it's
He went out and
pop
bought
off a
He's literally opening all his Snapples. He's like,
Oh, what's this one?
That one's good. That one's good. I'll share that.
Democrats eat babies. What the fuck, Snapple? God.
Yeah,
I guess.
AOC is gonna be Kanye West's VP.
Oh yeah.
I think that
No,
makes
Kanye
perfect
said he'd
sense.
run as a Republican. So that's going to be awful tough.
That doesn't disqualify her.
It just doesn't fit her narrative because she would never do Republican.
There's going to be I'm sorry. That's a ticket you're not going to
We're
get a lot
okay. No.
We're
Donald Trump's already president. Like the fucking rules are out the
look at you
goddamn
two
window. Okay,
knuckling.
no,
That's so
doesn't matter. Rules don't apply anymore. Anybody can be anything they want and still be the leader of the free world. We've touched on this. We found the movie Idiocracy and we fucking moved into a parallel universe. We used Rick Sanchez's fucking portal gun. We're there. We fucking transported into the movie Idiocracy. We're fucking there, folks. The time is now. The rules are out the window. Anybody can be anything. Kanye West could be president with AOC as his fucking vice, and they could have a bikini mud wrestling match to determine who actually gets reelected in the next election. It's crazy times we're living in. I'm excited, I guess. Kind of.
Chicken wants to know what the topic is now. Who's crazy?
Yes.
The mental health of celebrities.
Yes.
And
Oh, well.
Macaulay
Here's
Culkin.
another Snapple fact in the meantime.
I was going to go. This was Macaulay Culkin. He just turned into like a crack addict, and now he's like fine again. And he was like, he did like a commercial for like Home Alone or something. What was the commercial for?
He's going on a Michael Jackson Didn't Rape Me tour.
Yeah. I forget what his commercial was for, but he did like an adult version of Home Alone where he had like home security and didn't have to worry about something.
Yeah, I remember that. And it's kind of cute. I mean, I get it.
All I have to say is I just want to kiss me the way Joe Biden kisses his granddaughter.
Ouch. God, there's just a never-ending fucking pile of cringe from this guy, is there? It's like, Kevin, I asked this question a little earlier, and I'm curious what your take is. I asked Tom, if you were to order up an Uber and Joe Biden were to pull up as your Uber driver, would you be confident in his ability to get you where you need to go?
No.
So, yeah, let's give him the nuclear codes. So that's
every turn would be wrong. he'd like reach back and try to like sniff me, and then he'd ask me if I want a Snapple. I'd be like, all I want is the fact. I'm getting out.
Cut the malarkey, bug.
Okay. So
yeah, that's when I got
determined that, if nothing else, an hour and 50 minutes in, we've determined that Joe Biden's not an Uber driver. So I'm glad that we fucking established that.
He's running for Uber driver.
I was saying,
he's
I'm
running
pretty
for
sure.
president. That's the concerning part. He wouldn't be a fit for an Uber driver. He's not fit to get you 15 blocks, and he's wanting to be the leader of the free world.
I thought
Biden
was running for Uber driver.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
For that, but he's trying to be president. So, and he's sniffing you right now. And I don't know how you could support such a man after he's been sniffing you for so long.
He's not sniffing me. He's whispering sweet nothings in my ear.
I don't know
What's he saying? What is he saying?
Oh, he just said, "I love you too."
Well, that's not fair. I'm trying to persuade you to vote for Trump when you're romantically involved with Joe Biden. I mean, that's. There's obviously too much of a conflict of interest there. I don't know if
Biden for Uber driver, everybody.
No, I
you
go with
wouldn't get
Lyft.
in that car. You would not get in that car. Guaranteed.
I'm a contrarian. I'm gonna go with Lyft.
Okay. Trump's running from jail. Well, yeah, so is fucking 80% of
So
these
is Biden.
Yeah. So is Hillary. So they're all, oh, come on. That's
So
fucking
okay, no. Real quick, let's segue into this. This is a good topic to round out the night on.
All right.
So Trump got elected with this conspiracy theory of Hillary going to jail. Now, the Democrats are trying to do the same thing to him. And then today we saw, what was his name? His former fucking...
Bannon.
Yeah, Steve Bannon got formally charged for some conspiracy charges. But like now, it's so fucking funny because you go back on almost any leftist Twitter page. Go back 4 years ago. These conspiracy theories are just unfounded. And this is all stupid. And this is all bullshit. And blah 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 blah. And now they're spouting the same shit of Trump's going to jail, just like they did during the whole Russiagate fucking fake news bullshit that we all fucking went through and spent a whole shit ton of time on. So now, conspiracy theories are what pick our president. Am I wrong?
It's the new norm. No, you're not, unfortunately, because that's what people follow.
Hope you're all proud of yourselves.
No, I hope you're fucking proud of yourself.
I am.
No, you asshole. You're the one. No, it's your fault. I blame you. No, you're right though. Because conspiracy theories are unfortunately what social media latches onto. No matter how relevant, no matter how legitimate they are, people latch onto them because why? Because all they have to do is click like and share, and then more people see it, and then those people like and share it, or people who don't like it comment on it, and it gets traffic. It's the easiest thing in the world. Oh my god. But yeah,
the fact that our sitting
political
president
conspiracies are so easy.
The question was, how was Russiagate bullshit?
The fact that our sitting president was scrutinized greater than any human being in the 21st century and still walked away clean on the other side and vindicated does speak quite a lot to the honor of this man. Nobody in this chat room could withhold that level of scrutiny that he came out clean on the other side through. The man's still your president, still vindicated. Yep. There's no other way you can look at it. He's been vindicated twice. So the idea that he came out clean on the other side does speak tremendously to the honor of the man that's serving in the office right now.
So the comment, Russia did try to hack the election. Yeah, they sure shit did. But there was no collusion. No collusion.
I just want to say,
there was no collusion. That was just silly.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Go ahead.
I was going to say my personal favorite conspiracy theory in I've shared it with the group before, is that Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, is Fidel Castro's illegitimate son.
Oh my God, I need to pull those pictures up.
I support that one 100% because you look at the side-by-side comparisons and the fact that his parents met Castro multiple times, and Castro held his older brother at points when he was a baby. Like, it's kind of like they were close enough that it could have happened. That and Trudeau has brown nipples when his brother's like very white.
Okay, you're gonna get on my case about bringing up sex robots, and you're the fucking nipple expert. Are you shitting me right
He has
now?
like olive tone skin with brown nipples when both his parents are plain white individuals.
All right, we're gonna pull it up.
Wait,
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
Cringe. Yeah.
I'm gonna be Jamie, and I'm gonna pull that shit up.
Pull that up.
All right.
While you're doing that,
while you're doing that here, Russia did try to hack the election. No, they didn't. Zero proof. You should work for Fox KOE. He wasn't vindicated, bro. The company claimed they had proof. Later said they, during a confidential hearing, they had no proof. So,
wait.
Republicans
No, you
said,
skipped
well,
one.
he broke
You
the law,
skipped
but it's
one,
not
Tony.
facial. Oh, I'm
You skipped
sorry.
one.
Benghazi was caused by a low-budget video.
Barr said that
But-
that they tried to hack the election. In his last hearing, he straight up
collusion,
said
bro.
they tried. No. All Elvis said is, but the Russians did try to hack the election, and he
agree they
said
did.
there was no proof. And I am saying Barr said that they did try to hack the election.
Yeah.
So maybe there's no
Proof of
proof that's
collusion, I thought, was
been
the
given
point
to
he
the
was
public.
China's trying to hack the election this time around. They actually just captured 54,000 fake fraudulent mail-in ballots that were sent in from China in a port in California. So yes, Russia, China, Germany, everyone's trying to hack our elections, but there was no collusion, and that's the thing that actually matters. Yes, they're trying to hack our elections. Yep. We better have some fucking fail-safes for it, like going in person and voting. And even, Tom, your guest that you had on your show, even admitted the best way to ensure your vote actually counts is to go in physically and vote in person. It is incredibly easy for a mail-in ballot to get thrown out for the slightest thing. If your signature is slightly different, they can throw it out. If there's anything, and if you have a bad actor like we had Florida that was changing around, and they had to get rid of her because she was swinging the election so badly. If you have a bad actor in one post office, they can do tremendous damage. And even in 2018, a member of the post office was actually convicted of throwing away Republican ballots during a sheriff's election in Florida. So this has happened before.
Wait.
Tremendously good guess.
Were those ballots mail-in?
Yes, they were.
Okay, so what he said was that if you want to make sure that your vote goes through, your best way is to go in person. But whether or not it gets counted, if you go in person, the person who actually counts your ballot after you've punched your hole or written it down or marked your number or whatever, the person who counts that afterwards can still throw it away. Or the person who, or when it goes through numerous computers, it can get hacked in those computers and your vote can get changed. But when you mail it in, you actually get a confirmation when your vote has been counted. That is the only way that you get a confirmation saying that your vote has been counted. There is no other system letting you know that your vote got counted, except for when you do an absentee ballot or a mail-in vote.
Yep.
Other than the little sticker you get when you actually go and vote in person.
I voted.
And absentee ballots especially, it actually has party affiliation on the outside of the envelope. It'll have a code and then an R or a D at the end of it. So with mail-in ballots and with absentee voting, you don't have the same anonymity that you do when you're voting in a general election. And yes, somebody that's a Democratic mail carrier or a Republican mail carrier can just pitch a bunch of ballots like what just happened 2 years ago, and somebody actually went to jail over that. So
and then when you're supposed to get the confirmation that said that your vote went through, you will not get the confirmation saying that your vote went through, and then you can go vote in person and hope that that person doesn't throw it away as well.
It won't matter. The election's already over, and the person who shouldn't have won. And so that's too little, too late. So go in person and vote. The only way to ensure your vote will actually be counted in 2020. Oh, that's the only way you can be 100% sure. There's no other way to be 100%
They can still throw it away. They can still throw it away if you go vote in person.
In the actual box physically, they can't throw it out at that point. There's no name on it. There's no identity. There's no identifying information.
There's a vote, though. There is a vote for one person or the other.
Yes, but you're talking about potentially throwing off one vote versus systemically throwing off thousands of people's votes, millions of people's votes. If you have a systemic problem. So
all right, hang on. We gotta back up. We got a lot of
episode for
hey,
yourself,
fellas.
He's straw manning the whole thing. But go ahead.
You both calm down. Take a breath. Get your shit back together. Tony, we had a bunch of comments coming in there. We got to catch up on some of this. Mail-in voting is safe. Ask Trump. He does it. He doesn't mail-in vote. He does absentee voting. There is a slight difference. I get it. Everybody's like, oh, it's the same thing. It is, but it isn't. A little bit different there. What was the next one? I
got it, man. I got it.
All right. I'll back off. I'll stop clicking. Chicken is just like, fuck it. I'm just drinking. Yes, I just switched over to Redbreast, single pond. Still Irish whiskey, aged 12 years.
It's beautiful. How's it smell? Sniff it, baby. Sniff it.
Oh, I just drink it. It's amazing. Moving on. You should paint yourself orange, Phil.
Now,
oh my God. Can I put an orange filter on him?
I am going to say flattery will get you nowhere. That I don't know what you
wow. Okay. Fuck me.
I can quite naturally. I don't need.
All right. I vote in person every time. Let's get through these comments, fellas. That's what we're committing to.
Hair growth.
What the fuck? Okay, we have to stop for a second. We got Howard Stern with us tonight.
I thought it was Weird Al.
No, this is my normal hair. I added a bald head to the green screen, and I turned the green screen off.
Okay.
I turned it off. So
Tom's about to ask us if we'd like to get naked and ride the Sibian and have an orgasm on live camera.
This is why Biden keeps coming and smelling me, is because I have such luscious hair.
Luxurious.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you.
What were we doing?
Hold on. I got to pop this up. I talked about the orange filter on Phil. Orange filter with the PA.
I like it.
I don't think
comments are on fire tonight.
Oh my God. This has been the best comment section yet. This is
and then
all the hate.
I like the Hogan Wrestle Buddy.
Yes.
Not many people notice this.
No, I noticed that right away.
Over there in my my gun cabinet, I got my I'm gonna go grab the little bastard real quick.
Oh shit. He's getting him. Do you have the Ultimate Warrior Wrestle Buddy too to go with it?
I used to have him. This is the old school WWF. Yes, the old Wrestle Buddy.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's
unfortunately, me and Tony knew that song a little too well. The Hulk Hogan's entrance music. I do.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I also had the Hulk Hogan cassette tape. So top that.
Tom Sternery. Nice.
I don't know how I feel about any of this.
Tom looks like he's about to go direct a really classy porn.
Okay, hold on. I gotta.
Far right wing alter ego.
Is this what you want, Cody?
Oh, God.
Bastard.
Oh, no.
Fuck. Are we taking audience requests now? Is this an OnlyFans page?
It's fun. Yeah, it's an OnlyFans page now.
Fuck. Okay, now pinch your nipple and pinch your pants. I'll pay you $20 on your tip.
They saw me and thought this was.
Dude, I can do that.
That was the $35, Scott.
Kevin, save us all.
Yeah, save us, Kevin.
If you like corn, there's Only Farms where they show corn and other crops. My subscription is $30. I started growing tomatoes. If you guys like that.
Wait, what kind? Cherry or like?
No, full grown. Like I like big red tomatoes.
How did this go off the top? Actually, how do we still have fucking like 13, 15 fucking people watching at this point?
I have no idea at this point. Because we're having fun. We're having fun.
Brandon.
Amazing costume changes.
I can't prepare.
Go up one. Brendan Roy's comment above that.
Oh, sorry. I just read the
No,
bar
sorry,
article, Tom. No proof of Russia hacking DNC emails. None. So now we're bringing it back full circle. Okay, there you go.
Should tune into tomfoolery this weekend so we can go over the Barr hearing where he says Russia did hack the U.S. election.
Not the DNC though. And hacking, they can attempt. China's going to attempt. Everyone's going to attempt. The point was collusion. To try and paper over that is, I think that was the point of all of this nonsense for the past 3.5 years was the idea of collusion, which was a proven conspiracy theory. So leftists who hate conspiracy theorists, but you bought the Russian collusion thing, you have officially become everything you hate. You believe conspiracy theories now.
It was not
Certifiably
a proven conspiracy theory, but it's likely. Yeah.
Trump's been vindicated. Yeah, he's been vindicated. So
I
yeah,
want to point out that we glossed over my Justin Trudeau.
done and dusted.
Hold on.
That's what the history
Hold
books
on.
will say.
What do you got there, Kevin?
I said I just want to say that we glossed over the Justin Trudeau thing. You showed the pictures for like 2 seconds.
Okay, let's get them back up. Yeah, you're right. We did gloss over it. Good call. Good call. Let's get back to the Justin Trudeau. Let me pull up the page here and let's zoom
Like
in
of
a
all
little
the
bit.
things
here.
we got to insist upon, no, you find those Trudeau nipples. Fuck you.
Okay, now come on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
He is Fidel Castro's son. And you can't
So for those of you listening at this point and not watching, and I'm sure
Holy
you are.
shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
There's some resemblance there, anyways. I don't know.
Back to Kevin's tomatoes.
Tom, what's your take on this?
Wow.
Look at
I feel like I look like I came from an episode of Trailer Park Boys.
Yep.
Wow.
This one.
I think you discovered your.
Wait, no, hang on. Is that Liam Neeson?
Is that Liam Neeson?
I don't know who you are. Or
It
what
does
you
look
are,
like Liam
but I
Neeson.
will find you and I will kill you.
So anybody who just jumped in, we got pictures on the screen. It's Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro in his younger years side by side. Now there's
all of it. Everyone.
That's all Photoshop. Every one of them. It's
Every
like
photo
a
on
Pictures of them.
Good God, Heather, you believe Elvis? You believe more conspiracy
stuck
than a
wanting to-
left job lefty believing in the Russian collusion conspiracy. I mean, my God, you're up there with Alex Jones and fucking batshit crazy people who believe shit like the fucking Russian collusion conspiracy and all that other nonsense. So my
I'm starting to like
Didn't
Phil.
he host Meadows or what's her name?
Rachel Maddow.
Rachel Maddow. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a conspiracy queen.
Wait.
Yes.
So this is all Photoshop, all of it. These aren't pictures of them. They're not?
The mustache one looks like Tom.
That's not Photoshop. These are just pictures of these two individuals. put side
They're
by
not
side.
Photoshop.
That's not Photoshop.
So let me back out. We need more. So this is young Trudeau and old Castro. Okay, sure. Yeah. The old and young's not going to look the same.
There's like a series of photos of like it's like 4 photos of them at like different times. Forget where I had it.
It is Elvis.
There you go.
insisting they're not
There you go.
lefty.
That's just no. That's not
And
Photoshop.
that picture right there, the related images, that's Castro with Trudeau's parents, and Trudeau's mom is like it's in the related images. Chicken.
Yep,
Like
right
that.
there. It's right there. I see it.
Which one?
Yeah,
Which
Castro
one?
Trudeau's mom, right there, top left in that one right there that you're on. That's Trudeau's mom to the right.
Sure, that's funny.
Castro and Trudeau were actually within close physical proximity of each other, which is the only reason this conspiracy holds any water. But other
Didn't
than
you
that,
bring one up the other day, Phil?
yeah, royal family, Prince Harry, and the person that was his mother's bodyguard. But if you want to pull that one up, that's fine. But no, I gotta get here. Heather Elvis says, "I'm not lefty." I'm sorry.
This is two pictures of Justin Trudeau. Let's be real.
That one's Photoshop.
That's absolutely.
Sorry. Yeah, this is a Photoshop. Heather Elvis saying they're not lefty. That I'm more willing.
There's another photo of Trudeau's mom like hugging Castro there.
My God. So yeah, this is there we go.
Justin Trudeau's mom.
And that's Justin Trudeau's dad on the other side. And notice who's holding Justin Trudeau's.
God, can you picture that three-way?
Oh my God.
So like valid. The pictures.
Chicken, check your DMs.
Oh,
sorry. Hold on. I got too many windows open right now. Let me close some shit.
Nice. I like it. Well done, Tom. Well done. But yeah, I can't pull up anything on my phone at the moment. Otherwise, I'd find the Prince Harry real dad conspiracy. But yeah, there's a lot of those paternity conspiracies that come out. I was just kidding about the photo. Well,
right, I'm getting pulled up here.
Bring it
on. So Tom just sent me an image. We have
Sliding
to share.
in the chicken's DMs.
Yes.
Yep. Tom Trudeau. We knew.
I am Justin Trudeau.
Well, so fuck. All right, so you're the reason Canada's not having the best go of it as of late. All right, well, sheesh, you fucking so and so. Let me tell you what. But Heather. Oh, go ahead.
I was kidding about the photos. I'm going to take everything you guys say as real. Well, it's about fucking time.
Why not? We only speak the truth here.
Yeah.
This
Every
isn't.
single word that comes out of my mouth is a pure, unadulterated truth. I said that at the beginning.
You gotta scroll to the other one. You gotta go back and forth. Show them the comparison. No, not that one.
I gotta find it. Did you send me two?
He did, and I sent you one as well.
Oh my God!
And Brandon brings up another.
Yeah, just
great
put me up
point.
on the big
Jay-Z
screen,
and Troy Aikman basically separated at birth.
Here's what happens when you guys send me too many things.
Yeah, just
okay,
put me
okay,
up on the
now,
big screen. Oh, you got it?
I'll have it. 1 second. And I just got to share screen. Hold on. And pick the right window. Okay. Share screen.
So,
there we go.
Justin Trudeau's nipples.
So let's go. We got, this is what Kevin sent.
Yep.
Brown nipples. Okay.
Suppose parents are both white, yet Justin has brown nipples. Dude, I got brown. Well, mine aren't that brown.
Show them.
Yeah, show us your nipples.
Okay, this is getting weird.
Oh yeah, now it's getting fucking weird. Now.
Yeah, it is.
Now. Yeah, okay.
I was about to
All
say,
right.
now, this got weird
Here's
like
our-
5 seconds into it.
Look at that Farrah Fawcett hair. That's impressive.
It is impressive. I love
He's
his.
got that-
I love his.
He's
like
got that crazy Mel Gibson goatee beard with the Farrah Fawcett hair.
it's like that distinguished half gray, half black.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, it's a nice beard he's got going. And then boom, Tom.
It's the same
Democrats.
For the Democrats.
yeah. Why is it every time I pop Tom
That's a
up,
pretty
I
good
just think
picture.
Democrats?
Holy
I'm
shit.
sure there's a reason for that, but we'll get there. But no, actually, the picture you just went to, bring that one up because that one's fucking hilarious. And
Oh, you're killing me.
Heather
Oh, you're killing me.
Elvis, you're gonna love this one. You're really gonna just it's marvelous. What can I say? It's A+, and people with TDS.
Which picture did you want, Phil? Which one did you want?
That
The one that you accidentally went to.
Oh, this one?
There we go. Yeah, this one. Russian election conspiracy, USPS election conspiracy, tinfoil wearing hat Democrat. Yeah, that one, you got to give it its visual. It's just, mwah, mwah, mwah. I love the meme culture.
That was my point on how if you remember 4 years ago, it was the right that were being called conspiracy theorists, fucking crazy, tinfoil hatters. Dude, now it's everybody. Dude, everybody's on point now. Because
it's in vogue now.
Here's the deal. It's a fucking complete distrust of your government. No matter who's in charge, nobody trusts the government. And we're wanting big fucking change. And we hear all these talks of potential like fucking civil war and weird shit that could happen. And we're in a cold civil war with the media. And like, dude, half the people I talk to, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna speak the truth to you right now. Like, I talk to my neighbors, they're pretty fucking lefty. My neighbors are super goddamn lefty. And they're like, if somebody drives down the fucking street here, or like they're thinking about this in rural South Dakota, in the middle of fucking nowhere, my neighbors out here have already made a plan and said, if we ever see people protesting, rioting, or walking through our streets, we have guns loaded. We went and bought guns. We're ready to roll. We are not going to allow this shit, and we're going to stop them. We're going to put up roadblocks, and like, there's like this weird, like small, I don't want to call it a militia at this point because these people are untrained. They don't know what they're doing. But I'm going to be real. They have no idea what they're doing with guns. They all just bought them. But here's what you have is you have white suburbanites buying guns and saying, hey, if people walk down the street, how can we stop them? Now, I'm going to be real. These people aren't dumb. They know how the fuck to stop shit. They might not know how to handle a weapon, but they know how to control people, and they know how to divert traffic. They know how to, like, they have resources. And the neighborhood I live in, most of these people are, middle class, lower to medium class in that range, but they're talking to each other and they're making plans. In South Dakota, where we have no risk of violence, there's no risk of violence here. Zero. The risk is zero. My neighbors have plans. They've been talking to each other, and they asked me, hey, if shit ever goes down, like, what can you do? And me being, kind of the redneck white trash piece of shit I am, I'm like, dude, I got semi-automatic. I got full. Well, I don't have a fully automatic necessarily. I can't say that. I have all the weaponry you need, and all the ammo you need, and I can legally help you protect our streets. And so yeah, it's really, really weird. We got suburbanite moms, soccer moms. Remember 4 years ago we were making fun of soccer moms. Now soccer moms are like, do you have a gun?
Yeah, now they're packing.
Yeah, soccer moms are like, you got a gun? Can you help me? Yeah, I got your back, soccer mom. Like, it's so weird.
They're putting Glocks in their kids' lunch next to the pudding pack.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the stereotype some people do have. But no, it's fascinating. I was hearing a commentator saying this a few weeks ago, that the fact that we haven't had a major firearm event in the last few, like, yeah, this guy was our most major firearm event and nothing bad happened. Like, really, you should probably compliment the right on its restraint, because there has been actual open violence that has been making its way to the streets, and there's been no large-scale response from the right. So
hold on. That's not true.
Let's switch over to old Sterny foolery.
All right, just over the weekend.
He's unbuttoned his shirt now. Jesus.
Just over the weekend in Portland, I seen numerous guys from the Goodfellas go out there with real guns shooting at folks from that Antifa. So, and this is real. This happened. I saw it.
This is the perfect time to
That's
put the
all I
comment
need.
in.
I mean,
I
that's
seen it.
mail-in vote.
With
Now you want-
throw in that Glock Lunchables. That's great.
We call them
Glock Lunchables. All right, we had two in there. If you haven't drank, make sure you
Yeah,
catch
no,
up.
I drank one of them, but I'll do the other.
Brendan. We call those glockables.
Yeah, Glock.
Glockables. I like it.
Brendan Roy also says of Daz Worldwide podcast, everyone hates the government but keeps voting in the same shitbirds that are causing all the problems. Now, that's really the end unfortunate truth is what choice do we have? Because unfortunately, we can't rally enough people. Like, let's talk realistically. We can't rally enough people to vote against the same shitbirds in the government because of the masterful trolling that is done by both sides of the Republicans and the Democrats. People get so caught up in now the conspiracy theories and the who's the president now hate speech that we're completely blindsided by the fact that it is still that same douche versus turd mentality on the voting process every 4 years. We can't get over our own fucking insecurities on what we're registered as a political party. We can't get past that. We can't get past the memes. We can't get past any of the fucking lefty conspiracy or the righty conspiracy stuff to actually remember that none of them are for us. None of them give two fucks about us. They all suck, but we aren't going to be able to do anything about it because there's never going to be a calling that all of us jump on board with because, as Phil's mentioned many a time, we're all so eager to jump on a side or jump on a political tribe and be a part of something bigger because eventually that'll be right. Well, fuck. That hasn't worked out yet. And yes, you're right. They use fear. Of course they use fear. Fear's the biggest motivator there is. They're saying, this year the Democrats are saying, your life depends on you voting. Fuck yeah, they're using fear, and it's fucking effective. And what's that little tagline going to do? It's going to make people go out and vote, and it's going to make the election close, regardless.
So Elvis said, I hate it when the media says, well, it's the media media's the problem is the media on both sides.
I hate it when the media says, well, it's what the media does. The problem is the media on both sides is the problem. No,
yes,
the media
yes. Media is the problem in general.
Problem.
In general, the media is the problem in general.
The media is the problem, period. End statement. Yes, the media is the fucking problem, but the media is not going away. We don't have that power yet because the media has found a way to fucking evolve past network television, into the internet, and now into streaming and advertisements. The media is never going away unless we fucking ignore it. But we're so goddamn ready to shove our own heads so far up our ass and believe every little conspiracy theory that, yeah, the media might suck, but we're still going to listen to it because we're secretly backing this guy or we don't like this guy. So it don't fucking matter. Until we can actually think for ourselves completely, it's never going to fucking happen.
Real quick, Tom wants to share something on here. Tom, what are we going to be looking at? What do you got for us?
I done told y'all the good old boys went into Antifa territory and they got it done.
All right.
All right.
I thought it was
Make sure you unmuted. I see.
America.
Oh, the Proud Boys. Those.
Yeah, sorry, the Proud Boys, not the good old boys. That's my fault. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I take that one.
I take that.
Yeah, but still, this isn't a firearms event. Nobody's firing guns at people. A few people swing a few punches, indistinguishable from a bar fight, really.
that Billie Eilish?
It's just it's over politics.
Good point, Brendan Roy. This is going to be the most important election of our lifetime, said in every election cycle.
Hey, Tom, pause the video real quick. So I've seen multiple angles of this video. This specific one. This was the Kentucky. Am I wrong?
I think this is Michigan.
Oh, is this Michigan?
Yeah.
So anyway, so here's the deal. Say what you want about the Proud Boys. I'm not gonna endorse them. I don't believe in joining groups. I hate joining groups. I fucking think it's disgusting to adhere to people's rules. I'm an individualist. I don't need your group. Like I kind of like a boys club type thing if they don't have rules. Like, hey, we just like guys, or we like people, or we like girls, or like whatever your club is. But when you put rules onto it that have like political factions, I'm done. I'm out. Like that just, it's just weird. It gets weird. Kevin. All right, I'll give it to you. You want to make fun of me?
Hey,
Go ahead.
Can we clip that? Can we pull back that audio real quick?
Yeah, we don't have the ability. We don't have the ability. Just make fun of me. Just get it over
I just wanted to mention real quick. This is a perfect time to mention. Join our group, dogandchickenshow.locals.com for all the groups.
Well, no. So we believe in all ideas and discussion there, though. We don't silence anybody
No, we're
on
not censoring
political
anybody.
belief.
This episode alone proves that.
I need a moment here. So I bring up the idea of
Phil always
systemic
needs a moment.
widespread violence on the right. And we've had Antifa shooting people in their vehicles. We've had Antifa kicking people in the head while they're down.
isn't
We've had
Antifa.
people getting nearly beaten to death
Hold on.
by Antifa.
Hold on,
And when
Phil.
asked to br- hang on,
I'm
hang
stopping
on.
you.
When
I'm stopping
asked
you.
to
This
bring
isn't
up
Antifa.
when asked to bring up one
stopping
piece
you.
of
This
right-wing
is not
violence, the
Antifa.
best you can come up with is a Proud Boy bar brawl. That's the
This
best that you
isn't
got.
Antifa.
The right
We're
should
not
be
talking Antifa.
complimented on their restraint, really.
It's not Antifa, and there
You're-
are gunshots
yeah,
eventually. So
Phil's going on an Antifa rant. We didn't even like, dude, give yourself 5 minutes. We'll get to that. Like, be
Well, I'm
patient.
saying there's
sir.
been violence already from the left, from Antifa, people getting their face kicked in. And then the worst that we can see from the right end is, there's a little bit of a bar brawl. And I was talking about a widespread actual violence.
I'm
where there's
not
some bad
against
things
you
going
on
down.
this. I'm just saying
Yeah,
be
sure.
patient so you can prove your point in a more elegant fashion than just coming on and as a
More
screaming
elegant than
fucking
my
righty.
words.
real quick, the only
Well,
reason
it
I even
wasn't.
pulled that up is just because you said the left has been violent, but we haven't seen anything from the right. And so I was saying we have seen
Who
things
said
from
that?
the right. There was this brawl, and
didn't
there
say
was
that.
also
Who said
the.
I didn't say
No,
nothing.
Tom's got to
Nope.
answer that question. Who said that?
Phil said that.
Nope.
I
I said there's
will have
no
another video with-
widespread. No widespread. You can go back and look at the courts tonight.
Well, then you could say
We'll
there's
see
no
that I did not
widespread
perjure
left
myself.
violence.
All right, maybe he said widespread. Maybe he
So,
said that.
Yeah.
okay.
If you check the court stenographer, you will see I did not perjure myself.
So if Phil, if you wanted to make that argument, you could say there's no widespread left violence because it's circulated in only certain cities. So that's not widespread. It's in small demographic areas. So when
Measure
you
the property
say
damage. That's widespread. Measure the property damage. That's widespread.
no,
can't-
no, that's financial. That's a
That's
financial
damage.
burden.
That's violence.
It's
Destroying
violence.
something
It's
is violence,
damage.
isn't
I'm
it?
not.
Right.
It's not. No, Phil. You're right. It's still financial. Do you get what
Right.
I'm saying, Tom? It's not widespread because when you say widespread,
No,
let's be
I
real.
agree
It's
with
widespread.
Phil.
That means it's geographical.
No.
Geographical.
Every goddamn major
Geographical.
city damn near in the U.S. East to West Coast,
Okay.
L.A., Portland, Chicago.
Seven.
That's not
Seven.
widespread enough.
7.
No,
Name
he's
more
saying
than 7.
okay.
Name more than
I
7
think I
major
understand what
cities.
Chicken's saying. I think I understand. He's saying you're saying violence. Now you're changing it to financial, whereas one is violence and one is financial problems. Messing up buildings is not necessarily violence because you haven't caused physical harm to a person. That's what he's saying.
Okay, but it's a way to measure it when you're saying what's widespread. Well, look at the property damage that the left's inflicted on our major cities. And yes, things have been destroyed, people have been hurt. That's just one way to measure it. If you're wanting a way to actually measure it, look at the number, look at the amount of violence that's actually verifiable on the left versus the right in 2020, based only on property damage, will actually tell you which side is actually inflicting the most violence.
But what does that actually mean, though? And that's where I would go with it, is what does that actually mean to say that one side is causing more violence?
Initiation of the use of force against people or property. That's what that is. And yeah, clearly the left is doing more of it. Smashing into people's property, stealing their shit, beating the shit out of them. Yeah,
so hold on.
Other stuff like that. No, the left is not doing more of it.
Let's hold on. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's give opinions one at a time. Let's give opinions on here. I'm gonna start it. I think the left is causing more damage and harm on communities and spreading more fear in communities with what they are doing with their protests. However, the right has been vilified with whether it be Proud Boys or other groups that everybody thinks Proud Boys are a white supremacist group. They're not. They're honestly not. Like, I'm not standing up for them. I'm not advocating for them. I'm not standing up for them in any way, shape, or form. Their basic ideals and basic principles align with most people. But that said, the left is spreading more violence, hate, and bigotry, I feel, than the right. In my humble opinion, I will move this on to Tony for a more moderate perspective, because mine's obviously a little bit more right-leaning. So let's hear from a moderate.
I think it's surprising now how much more ready people who lean left are to jump into violence. And like again, the tagline, your life depends on voting Democrat, regardless of who you're voting for, because that's kind of been the tagline for a year and a half now. It doesn't matter who the Democratic nominee is, you have to vote Democrat. And now it's Joe Biden, and people are like, well, you still got to do it because your life depends on it. I think it's surprising now how vital that is to the campaign and how much fear and violent centric thoughts that are being pushed into it, as opposed to, because if you would have asked me, 8, 9, 10 years ago, who would have been doing that? I would have easily said Republicans, because I thought there was going to be a lot more outrage. I thought there was going to be a lot more rioting and a lot more looting and destruction caused because of some of the things that maybe Obama pushed through, because of handouts and the Obamacare stuff. But no, it didn't happen there. But now, after Donald Trump's only been in office for 4 years almost, now the narrative has shifted into it's by any means possible. And we've basically been grooming people for a year and a half now to think that all we have to, it doesn't matter how we get there, we just got to get him out of office by any means possible. And people have taken that and they've rolled with it. Grow the Farm Up right here says, if somebody destroyed your house because they disagreed with you, is that violence? Destroying buildings does not equal violence. Unless somebody's paying me, I'm not knocking a building down.
Absolutely.
It's not necessary. It's not necessary for either side. Everybody needs to step the fuck back and remember, you're voting for people who only care about you based off of what their campaign needs to say at that given fucking moment. What a president says before they're elected, what a candidate says before they're elected is not what they're going to end up fucking doing. Look back to any campaign. How many of those promises happen? Can you point to one that says it completely came to fruition? No, it doesn't fucking happen. And you can argue it's because of this branch or this side owning this part of the fucking house or the Congress. It just doesn't happen. Take violence out of it. You're supposed to be human beings at the end of the fucking day, looking out for your fellow man, because we're all voting for these people. You're not supposed to be sticking up for these people that you're voting in on a violent level. And that's where it just gets so fucking convoluted and disgusting. Go ahead.
All right, we're going to Phil. What are your thoughts, sir?
Well, I think every single word that I said was the absolute undeniable truth. Grow the farm up. If somebody's destroying your house because they disagree with you, is that violence? It absolutely is. It's the initiation of the use of force against a person or their property. That's violence, and the left is ready and willing to commit it way more than the right has, certifiably. And what's unfortunate, and what I was getting at here is, and I do not endorse this, I believe in the non-aggression principle. The initiation of the use of force is immoral under every circumstance. But what I was getting at is, with as armed as the right is, you do have to compliment them on their restraint, that there hasn't been some larger, horrifying, like Grow the Farm Up was saying, if you're stuck in your house and people are going to start throwing Molotov cocktails, I'm wondering how much longer it's going to be till we have one of these horrible events. And the fact that it hasn't happened yet, I'll knock on wood, pray to God it doesn't. That does show some restraint on the part of the right. So that was my overall point. I know there's folks that are going to disagree with it, but the fact that we haven't had such an event yet is actually quite telling. And, Tom, Tony's the most moderate motherfucker I know in this. Like, Tony, love you to death, but god damn it, you're so fucking moderate. And he's even acknowledging the fact that the left is the side that's more quick to violence. It's not good. And
the left is more reactionary. Yes. When
you bring up the Proud Boys, I'm wondering, it's like, boy, a bar fight from the right is the worst example that you can come up with. And I'm sorry, Tom, don't take this the wrong way, but one thing I've always found a little frustrating is the fact that you seem to have a real lack of skepticism when it comes to violence from the left. And you do bring up, be frank, boogeymen. Like the Proud Boys are nothing. They're fucking nothing. They've been everybody's distanced themselves and fucking said fuck the Proud Boys. So I'm sorry, they're not this major systemic widespread institution within the right. So the idea that this is the best that you got, again, it's just something I find a little frustrating, but I've said enough and I'm going to give you a chance to respond, sir.
I'm going to hand it over to Kevin first. Kevin?
I think Tony said it pretty well, honestly. That's kind of how I view things, is that everybody just needs to chill the fuck out and learn to get along with someone that doesn't necessarily have the same ideals as you, because it doesn't matter what they think or what they have to say, because it doesn't affect you in any shape or form whatsoever unless you let it or give it the power. But the only thing I will say is that if the left starts getting what they're asking for, especially with the defunding of the police, it's gonna lead to violent reactions, because it's gonna cut the limits on right-wing people who are holding back for the right reasons and for legal reasons, that they can't just shoot somebody who's standing on their lawn.
Fair enough. Tom?
Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, just love each other, people. I like it. I'm not against that. Tom?
Okay, here we go. All right, so I do not have skepticism that the left commits violence. I understand that they commit violence, and I recognize that violence, and I condemn that violence all the time on my show when people start calling me Antifa or saying that I'm that I support riots and things like that. I have to condemn it all the time. But I don't pretend like the alt-right hasn't committed more mass shootings than anybody else almost in the entire world, including ISIS and other people. They have had more mass shootings within the last 3 years and killed hundreds of people. On top of that,
mass shootings on politics, dude?
The least resistance I think that's a whole bunch of bullcrap. I believe in wars. I believe that there is a time to fight. I believe that you get to a point where you have to commit violence. If you're going to sit here and tell me that knocking over a building is violence, then I guess words are violence too. Okay, like if you
knocking over buildings not violence, huh? Right, Tom? 9/11 wasn't violence then.
They killed people, but whether or not somebody's inside is not the same thing as hurting a building. You didn't say hurting people inside of a building. You said hurting a building. Then on top of that, I don't like I said, I don't care about least resistance. This is not something that makes any sense. There is a time of war. You get to a point where you actually have to fight back. And if your government goes so far, the only way to actually get them to bend is by fighting. This is how our nation was founded, is on a revolution. We killed hundreds of innocent people who were just wearing the wrong colors because they were with the king, and we killed these people just to make sure that we won that war.
Invaders.
Then fighting for someone, Phil, you said that fighting for someone is not necessary. The only people who are chanting Trump while they're walking down the road are the Proud Boys, the BLM, Antifa. None of those people are chanting Biden. Those people hate Biden. They don't care about Biden. They're not chanting anybody's name, and they're not fighting for a person. All of this comes down to what are your values, what are your morals, and what are you willing to fight for? And these people, whether we agree with what they're fighting for or not, we have to understand that they do believe that injustice is being put on them and that they are fighting for a good cause. And again, whether or not you believe they're fighting for a good cause is a different conversation. And if that is the issue, then you argue against whether or not their cause is just, but you don't keep going back to whether or not they're violent. That doesn't matter if they're violent, if they believe that they're fighting for a good cause.
Actually, it does. If your violence there is a point where violence does actually outweigh the goodness of your cause. Even the American Revolution, if they would have gone over to England and started slaughtering villages in England, then yeah, at that point, they've lost the goodness of their cause. So I understand what you're saying, but let me read this comment first, and then we'll move on. If you could bring that back up from Melanie. Okay, I have been listening to you guys on my way home. LOL 3 is a law that states that if the election has more write-in votes versus the votes for the candidate on the ballot, then the ballot will be thrown out and the new ballot has to be presented with new candidates. Also, I want to go on record and say that in the future, we will find out that Antifa worked for the right. I don't know about all that one. Now, Tom, to bring this back around a little bit, there was one thing that you said, which also calls back to your Mr. Stuttermore versus Mr. Stuttermore video, where you said, and people accuse me of being Antifa. Well, in that video,
and supporting sorry, you're right. I can understand how that can be misconstrued. I'm saying being Antifa and supporting riots.
Okay, because I was about to say, you did say in the video that you're anti-fascist.
Yes.
So you are Antifa. So but
I would agree.
But, so that I don't agree with that slim of a definition. Just
all right. At that point, we all get to get
puts
back
you
in
in
on
Antifa. But it was just our unmitigated truth. But so I was just pointing out that in the past you have said that you're Antifa, but I don't know if just saying that you're Antifa or you anti-fascist is enough to put yourself in Antifa, because that's kind of like saying the National Socialists are socialists because socialist is in their name. You see what I mean? Like I'm saying, your standard might need a little reworking there. So
there are hundreds of Antifa groups that are not violent, that aren't, because I will agree, lots of Antifa groups are fascists themselves and they're ridiculous. But there are also lots that don't shut down people's freedom of speech, that they go about things a different way. And the only reason they call themselves Antifa is because they are anti-fascist, and that's the only requirement to call yourself Antifa. It's just the ones that get the most news coverage, the ones that we're looking at the most, are the ones that are violent, because that's about as sexy as it can get when it comes to news coverage. So
well, that's about how it works with any group or organization. The ones who are the worst or the most extreme on either side are the ones that are going to get the attention. But the ones that do the right, God damn it, Tony. The ones that do the right thing and go about things the right way, doing things non-violent, being there and protesting, are the ones that get ignored because they're not spectacular enough. Like if you do things the right way, you get no attention.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Agreed.
unfortunate.
No, you're right. If you do things the right way, it's boring. Nobody cares. You have to be outrageous. You have to do something so off the rails that it garners attention, and that's the unfortunate truth
I feel like
of social media age.
It applies further past groups and like religions, whatever, but it goes to like individuals because like
it's notoriety on an individual scale. Yes,
with mass shooters, they go from preaching either whatever religion or extremist thought they're trying to say, or the fact that they weren't getting mental health help that they wanted, and so they decide to go and shoot people based off of those things because it gets them attention that they wanted.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest problems with BLM is lots of big, huge BLM leaders have come out and said, we don't want to be violent. We don't want to, we don't want to break things. We don't want to cause any damage. But then the BLM, the organization, which BLM, the movement and the organization are two completely different things. And so with an organization, doesn't really care about violence. They're all for violence, whether it's just or not. They're all for it because they're willing to tear. All they want to do is tear down the whole system. They are Marxists. They are communists. These are bad people. But when it comes to the movement doesn't want violence. They want a good name. They want to look good. They want the news to represent them in a good light. And no matter what they do, they still end up looking bad because Antifa or BLM, the organization, or the Proud Boys or whoever else is going to start some violence. They're going to start some crap in a group of BLM protesters. And then BLM, the protesters, just end up looking bad because they're in the vicinity.
But if you operate under the same banner, that's going to be expected. Like you're saying, the movement and the organization itself, if you're operating under the same banner, you can't identify under the same name and expect different results. Like it's just, that's how it is. So of course people are going to start lumping other things in with it. It's all going to be like the people that aren't informed, or the people who don't give a shit about all the details, are going to start making these comparisons, and they're going to start lumping everything in together. And that's just the way it works. So if you have a significant different message that you're trying to put forth than another body, you've got to separate yourselves from the pack. So
Kevin, what
needs to be some individualism as a group too.
It's like when ISIS first came around, there's a lot of people who started getting scared when they saw the acronym for the International Space Station, because it shared similar letters.
Yeah.
But it's just like an unfortunate thing like that. If like the organization Black Lives Matter were to, or the movement rather, or whichever is the good one, were to just change the acronym or change their name to still have the similar message that they want to send, they could avoid a lot of the conflict. But I get like they don't want to change it because that's the message they want to send. But it's just unfortunate that people, either close names or like the same exact names, can drag down someone who's doing the good.
If I may, and Bernadette, thank you for joining us this evening. And Tom, you kind of hit on this. One of the worst mistakes that the Black Lives Matter movement ever made was allowing Antifa into their ranks, because that was when the violence really started in earnest. That's when you got the bottle throwers, you got the window breakers, you got people getting their heads kicked in. That was really the worst strategic move they could have ever made. Was good cops look bad when bad cops do bad shit. You're absolutely right there, sir. But yeah, it just in terms of strategy, that was the worst decision that the movement ever did.
In the movement, there are no ranks though, and there are no decisions, right? Like if I go out on the street, if I go out on the street and I start chanting BLM and a bunch of random people just start following me, I'm now BLM. I'm now part of the movement, right? And if now somebody else comes out and walks in front of me and starts saying, pigs in a blanket, fry 'em like bacon, I there's not much I can do about the fact that they're just a freaking crazy person and now they're walking in the front of all
there
of
is. You can leave.
Yeah, just walk away.
Right, but if I leave now,
you can disassociate yourself with that particular movement.
I understand, but to say that now my entire idea of a protest, my entire movement has to be thrown down because of a minority of idiots, that is a problem. And that's a problem that I'm not saying
If
that
one person can take down an
I'm not-
entire movement,
listen,
though.
Listen, I'm not saying that people aren't going to confuse these things. I'm saying is that us as people online, we should be able to educate people and say, look, make sure you make the distinction between one and the other, because we are the right to protest is such a fundamental right. And whether we agree with the protests or not, even when the people were out there protesting masks, I was all for it, because I'm all 100% mask all day. You can probably imagine me sleeping in my mask. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm all for masks, but if they're out there protesting masks, I'm all for it. I don't think that because there's a minority of idiots that all of these other people should now start losing their right to protest or stop protesting something that they truly believe in just because of a couple of idiots. You're always going to have a couple of idiots. Always.
You sure will. I guess I don't have an argument prepared, but I'm actually pulling up a Twitter video at the current time here because I have a future argument. But no, Tom, you're not wrong. Like, we should be sympathetical to mass. We should be sympathetical to all kinds of the shit we've been hearing. Because Tony said it before. We're not in the same boat, and we're in the same storm. It's a weird cliche.
Some of us are in a canoe, some of us are in a yacht, but it's the same story.
Kevin said he's got to go.
Kevin, say goodbye to the folks, buddy, if you got to go.
Well, I was just letting you guys know. But I'm glad I was able to hop on, even though it was not the whole thing, and it was got to cut it early because I got work in the morning. But it's fun being on here. I like.
It's good to have you back on, bud.
I know, I missed it, but
we missed you.
I miss hearing people's points of view, and like Chicken said, share your point of view. Nobody's gonna silence you here. I love you guys so much.
Fair enough.
Oh, let's give some hearts to Kevin. Oh,
Tony.
All right, good night, brother. Good to see you.
Robot.
Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.
Later, man. Later. That's the indomitable Kevin, for those who don't know. Great guy.
We do need to start wrapping this up, and we'll switch to a post show here shortly. But
I apologize for making things overly serious, everybody.
No, that's
the fun of the show.
This has been one of our best shows, dude.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this has been one of our best shows. So, yeah, fucking A.
Yes, sometimes we go down the weird rabbit hole of crazy, dumb shit.
I didn't feel comfortable having this serious of a conversation in my Trailer Park Boys outfit, so I had to change back real quick if anybody was wondering.
Speaking of Trailer Park Boys outfit, don't forget.
I was just thinking.
This will be available tomorrow morning, Thursdays. Grab a drink. Let's talk trash on the back Dog and Chicken Show.
Whoa.
You can find it teespring.com/store/bigbuckin.
Let's be honest, though. When Tom donned his trucker cap and his wig and talked like a redneck, like, it's the first time I've actually understood it and he's made any sense. So,
he did make a lot of sense all of a sudden.
I mean, for once, he's finally speaking our language, because we're such simpletons and rednecks and hillbillies and Nazi supporters, and those are his words, not mine. I'm just making things clear for the audience. But tonight alone, the viewership was pretty consistently
It was
nice.
amazing. We appreciate
and the comments
everybody.
section
It was fun. Even if you hate us, I loved it.
Oh no, the hate made it better. Honestly, I felt like a better person because of the hate rolling in. And I got to play with my nipples and all sorts of.
That's weird. I'm not going down that road.
The fucking yes, that was great. Yeah.
I'm actually a little disappointed. Me and Tom didn't yell at each other nearly as much as I thought going into this one. We still both have voices we can talk with. We're not hoarse from you stupid muck. So it was actually a pretty damn good episode. So, Chicken.
I am.
Let's do final thoughts and wrap that up and go to bonus content if we're going that route.
All right. Well, I'm working on creating the post show, so you guys get that rolling. I'll catch
Okay,
up.
Phil, you start off with your final thoughts, then I'll jump to Tom. I'll jump
Wait.
to me.
So real quick,
Whoa.
I don't think I'm going to be able to jump to the post show. I
All
wanted
right.
to know what the Twitter, what the prepared comeback was. I wanted to hear this real quick before I got a new job, so I likely will be up early, so I'm not sure. I don't think I can make it to a post show. But
Okay.
in the meantime, everybody go check out the Tomfoolery Show. It's on all podcast platforms. We got 2 new great episodes, one with an economist where we go over China-U.S. relations, and then another one where we actually talk about the USPS mail-in voter fraud and whether or not these are things to be afraid of, and then the changes to the USPS and whether or not this is voter suppression. So go check those episodes out. They are very good episodes with expert guests on. So definitely good content, if I do say so myself.
All right.
Shit, my bad.
No problem. You can leave it here. If you're already a members of dogandchickenshow.locals.com, I just posted the link to the post show. You can get in there. You can sit in the waiting room, go take a piss, grab a beer, or whatever you got to do while you're waiting for us to jump in there. But the show is posted, ready to roll. If you were not on dogandchickenshow.locals.com, I don't know what's wrong with you.
You're a piece of shit.
Yes. God. Oh, that was pretty close to a curse word from Tom. He said heck. Jeez, that's some strong words.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's some strong language. So,
Strong words.
gentlemen, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this Dog and Chicken Show, episode 55. #cringe. Please like, share, subscribe so you can keep up with all the crazy happenings here on the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe right here at Dog and Chicken. Like, share, subscribe to the Tomfoolery Show where you can see all the crazy content there over at Tom Show. He's had some great guests, not quite as great as your King of Extreme, but he does have your King of Extreme on, folks. It's like bonus content, so definitely check it out. And last but certainly not least, KOE Nation on YouTube, the place for all your KOE content. Like, share, subscribe so you can keep up with this gorgeous mug. And please, folks, join us right here, StreamYard.com, 9XJ22IZUJT, so you can join us for the post show and you can keep up with all the crazy happenings. So, folks, please, thank you for joining us. Join us more in the future. Please, love your life, love your liberty, love all the things you do to keep them together, folks. Chicken, Tony, take it away.
Tony? All I need, bud.
Yeah, no, I'll just
Post show links right there.
Yeah, post show for those of you viewing. This is the link right here.
I'll put it in the comments.
//StreamYard.
I'll put it in both comments, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube.
22IZUJT. But before that, I just, my closing thoughts are politicians suck. Be cordial to your fellow man. Brandon has an interesting comment here before we go, and I turn it over to Chicken. In 1998, Sony accidentally sold 700,000 camcorders, bastard, that had the technology to see through people's clothes. Yes, they did, and yes, I owned one, and out of incriminating footage from way back in the day to verify just that. But yes, but be cordial to your fellow human being, because that's what it's all about. And I know we're in an election year, and I know tension's high and tribalism is at a maximum, and we're getting closer and closer to polling day, whether you're doing it from home or you're going to do it in person, or if you're going to do it in both, like some people will. It is what it is. You vote for whoever the fuck you want. Chicken said pick a side, but the more important thing is vote whoever the fuck you want. You don't need to be led astray by politicians or even us. Vote for who you're comfortable voting for.
Well, except be swayed by me, but that's besides the point.
But not me. But yeah, listen to me.
No, you can be swayed by me. That's totally fine, folks.
And chicken.
Did Tom get to say goodbye? I think he did. Okay.
Yeah, I gave my channel a shout out. I'm good.
All right. I was just making sure. All right, folks. Jesus Christ, what a fucking cringy show that was. Oh, that was properly named. So I dropped. Yes, pound cringe. I just or hashtag cringe. I'm old, so I say.
There you go.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, boomer. So see the link down below. If you don't see the link in the comments, here it is on your screen. See it down here. Yeah. Join us for a post show where we're gonna have a little bit more of a tougher conversation and no holds barred. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Love you as always. This has every time we do the show, I appreciate the audience participation, but tonight has been a little bit more special. So I appreciate y'all as always. Appreciate you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.